Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. We gotta give all praises, honor, glorification.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
I'm gonna go and get double honors to the Apostle Great Millstone, who teach you well. And the main topic of this camp is Isaiah 65.
Yes.
Right.
So let's just get right to it.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 1.
Be singing.
I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me unto a nation that was not called by my name.
No, that's talking about the Israelite foreigners, because only Israel departed from the Lord their power.
Yeah.
No, they came into the ways of the heathen. The Lord only bring them back, man. No, because only the Lord cast us off because of our wickedness. I didn't get that Hosea.
God, it's the book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, then said Yahweh, call his name. It says, lo, Emi, for ye are not my people. It says, and I will not be your God.
Psalm 57. Read again.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 9. Then said the Most High, call his name, lo, Emi. It says, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God.
No, only Israel got cast off, man. The Lord basically cast off the nation of Israel and basically disregard them as their people, as his people, man.
It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. It shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them that ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
No, because only Israel being called back to their heritage, man. No, being brought back to who they are, because only Israel went astray. Can you get Jeremiah?
Jeremiah what?
Jeremiah 3 and 12.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, and verse number, I'll start at verse 1. It says, I say the truth, in Hamashiach I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Ruach HaKodesh, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the services of the Most High and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom as concerning the flesh Hamashiach came, who is over all, Most High, blessed forever. Amen.
No, so Israel got that blessing, man. You got you got everything, man. Right. All blessings go to the nation of Israel. The Lord chose the people. Not these other nations, not the heathen. The Lord didn't deal with you. Right. The Lord chose the nation of Israel, man. The Lord called people. Yeah. Right. I believe it's like, in fact, I believe that's Isaiah 65 as well. That the Lord didn't call anyone else by name. The Lord called the nation of Israel by us. Actually, that's Isaiah 63. Can anybody get that? Yeah. Isaiah 63. I believe like the last verse.
Yep. This is Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 19. It says, we are thine. Thou never bearest rule over them. They were not called by thy name.
No, so only the nation of Israel was called by the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. So because that's the Lord chosen people. So everyone else, they're not the Lord didn't choose them. The Lord don't care about them. Right? The Lord said that they're like a drop of the bucket. Man.
Right.
No, so only the Lord cares about the nation of Israel. He chose them for the foundation of the whole world. Man.
Right.
Now that shows how blessed it is to be an Israelite.
Right.
No, because the Lord cares specifically about you.
Yeah.
No, but Jake don't care about that.
Right.
No, Jake want to do their own thing.
Right.
So now they're dealing with that curse.
Right. And what is Yasharallah? It means what? Prince of Power.
Yeah, he Prince of Power.
Right. It said you the Prince of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yeah.
It must be Isaiah 1:4.
It's Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 12. That's the one, right?
Well, no, Jeremiah 3 and 12.
Yeah, Jeremiah 3 and 12.
Yeah, Jeremiah 3 and 12.
Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 12. It says, go and proclaim these words towards the north, and say, return, thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, saith the Lord. It says, and I will not keep anger forever.
No, so the Lord's calling back the nation of Israel, man.
Yeah.
No, because only the nation of Israel Again, they went away. They followed after the gods of the heathen, man.
Yeah.
No? They served these idols to their own destruction, man.
Yeah.
No, because they look at these idols, they look at the ways of this world, and they find pleasure. They see people rejoicing, have mirth, and be glad, doing some wicked ass shit.
Yeah.
And they say it's a good thing. That's why goddamn nasty ass hip hop culture, rap culture is so prevalent. No, because it's pleasing to the flesh.
Yeah.
But you can keep going, man. Verse 13.
Verse 13, it says, only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, thy God. It says, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai.
So all you need to do is repent, man, and come back to Yahweh Shema Shai.
Yeah.
No, but Jake don't want to do that.
Right.
We can get that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 103, and verse number 7. It says, he made known his ways unto Moses, his acts unto the children of Israel. It says, Yahweh is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and plenteous in mercy. He will not always chide, neither will he keep his anger forever, right? And we see the Lord, you know, his anger is starting to subside with us, man, right? Where he has brought us back, where now we have our remembrance of who we are again, right? And the Lord is showing mercy upon us again, you know, and giving us back, you know, our heritage, man.
Yeah.
We know with his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man.
Yeah.
I got a precept for that.
Uh,
Okay, so water. It's crazy you read something of the Lord, how you bring it out. This is Baruch chapter 4, and I just want to read verse 2, because we're talking about the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It says, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. And we know Yahweh Shai is the light when you go to St. John 8. He's the light that came to the world, but that light even goes with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And he said that thou mayest be illuminated. When you look up the word illuminated, it says it will enable you to understand the truth of the scriptures. And everybody don't fully understand the whole volume of the 100% truth of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And to have the light, that means that you have water, that ever living water, which is the spirit, which is the Rakak Wadash.
Right.
And to have the Rakak Wadash, you have to have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to dissect Isaiah 65, or to dissect Revelations 13, 17, 18, or the law, or the Gospels, or the prophets, man. Right? You can take it.
so you need that Holy Spirit, man.
Yeah.
Of Yahweh Shema Shai. And the world don't have that, man.
Right.
No, this is the precious thing.
Yeah.
Now this thing right here, this truth of Yahweh Shema Shai, this is something the world, if they knew what it's about, they didn't want it like gold, man.
Right.
They didn't want it like diamonds, but the world don't have it.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord gave it to the lowly, man. You know, the people who the world consider as fools, unwise.
Yeah.
You know, it came into the lowly, babes.
Yeah.
You know?
With Sirach 10 and 21, he gave it to those that are dumb become eloquent.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't get. Look at Lazarus. Lazarus, he was a beggar, looking like a bum.
Yeah.
He giving it to those that are lowly in the spirit, bums, which they want to make fun of. It's good to be lowly in this thing.
Yeah.
But you got to ask.
I got a precept real quick too. This is also back in Isaiah 63, verse number 17. It says, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways, and harden our hearts from thy fear? Return for thy servant's sake the tribes of thine inheritance, right? And the Lord has been merciful enough to do that at this time, right?
Yeah.
Starting with those of the elect, man.
Right.
You know?
And through the spirit, the truth only been here for about 56 years. When you subtract 2025 to 1969, the truth only been here for 56 years, man. Right? It's not even long enough, right? The Elder Apostle Har been here for 40 years. You know, Jake, you better hurry up.
No, we're on a ticking clock right now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're in the end of all things. Right?
Yeah.
No, so you better get what you got a chance. But
And your Salak, your mindset should be changing. You know, I did a lesson. It was on the military, talking about, you know, people who you get razor bumps from shaving. You can get discharged from the army. You know, but that's the Lord showing mercy on you.
Yeah.
The Lord is just getting your ass out of the army. Why? Because you're not supposed to be shaving your face anyway.
Yeah.
Right. And guess what? War is coming. Right. War is coming, man. So understand that, right? The Lord is doing things that people don't even see half the time. You know what I mean?
no, beyond, hey, no, people say, oh, the world works in mysterious ways. Well, really? It says he does. No, because only he No, he's working in a way that people don't understand, but we have understanding though.
His
It's
thoughts
very
are
how
not
much
your
Shema
thoughts.
Shai.
Yeah, his
Right.
ways are not your ways.
No?
Right.
But David got briefed.
Book of Romans, chapter 5, verse 8 and 10. But Yahweh commanded his love towards us, in that while we were yet sinners, Yahweh shall die for us, much more than being now justified by his blood. We shall be saved from the wrath through him.
No, so through Yahweh blood, that we able to be saved from this wrath, man, soon to come.
Yeah.
But why? The Lord gave us that understanding, man. The Lord gave us that unction to know what's up, man.
Yeah.
You know, we know about the dangers that's to come. We know about Yahweh return.
Yeah.
And because of that, we're getting ourselves ready.
How
Right.
cold is that? It said while we were yet sinners. So while we were still doing nigga type stuff, man, right? Yahweh Shai went on there and took the
Took that
and
tab.
paid that bill.
Paid
man.
that tab.
You know? And what did it say? For a righteous man, a man would scarcely lay down his life for a righteous man. What
Yeah.
more, our wicked ass, man?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
And a side note, the more you talk about what you just said, our sinful, our wickedness, our off ways, the law will only pertain to Israelites. So we are the ones that went off. When you go into the Amos, 9-8, the Lord eyes upon the sinful kingdom. First, that's talking about Israelites. We the sinful people, and of course, it is a twofold dealing with, of course, Esau's kingdom, but Yahweh shall only die for the Israelites that were committing wickedness, man.
Now think about that, what you just said. So because we were given the laws, right? We're the only ones who can sin.
Yeah.
Right? So how is sin the mark? You got people talking about sin is the mark, but we're the only ones that can do that. You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense right there. You know what I'm saying?
It don't add up.
That makes no sense because we're the only ones that can sin. How can sin be the mark of the beast?
Right. Come on. Come on. You make that make sense.
Yeah. Somebody gotta tell me.
Man, these people don't got scripture. How much But yeah, these people don't have a clue, man. These other Israelites, they don't have a clue, man. Because only at the day the Spirit, how about Shema Shai, to not deal with them as much as you're dealing with the elect.
Right.
But we hope to be at that point, man. Hey, it was a blessing just to have the truth alone.
Yeah.
But these dudes don't even have the full truth, man. They
Yeah.
call up in other ways.
Uh-huh.
You know? You feel God.
Verse 10. For if when we were enemies, we were considered to gods by the death.
That narrow. That narrow. That narrow God.
Verse 10. For if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to the Yahweh by the death of his son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life.
So through Yahweh blood, hey, we gotta be saved, man.
Right.
We gotta be delivered, man. You know when Yahweh comes in, because we have the grace of Yahweh. And that's something important too, the grace of Yahweh, man.
Yeah.
Because we're not gonna be able to make it of our own endeavors.
Right.
No, we gotta make it through the works, or through the blessings of Yahweh Shai. Because really, the elect are gonna be saved regardless of what they do.
Yeah.
They've been predestined to be saved.
Yeah.
Man.
Right.
No, it's not about what you do, it's about whether or not you're the elect.
Who will
Right.
lay anything to the charge of the
The
elect?
elect. That's right.
And another point, that right there cuts being a OT only. Because how is you covered? How you gonna be the elect without Yahweh Shai? Man?
Yeah. That means you're not the elect.
Yeah.
Shit, they ass don't know either.
Right.
They stay at home. They're smoking crack. Yeah, you go ahead.
Well, what you want the Isaiah 1 and 4? Isaiah 59? 59?
Yeah, hold that. We gotta continue on this for a little bit. Then we
Oh,
gotta go back.
okay. You got me over here ready.
This is the book of Isaiah 65, going to verse 2. It says, I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good, after their own thoughts.
No, because Jake is all hell bent on his own mind, man.
Yeah.
So the conscience has been seared with a hot iron.
Yeah.
No, they can't get the truth. They just can't get the truth because ultimately the truth's not in them.
Hey, Isaiah 6 is ultimately the Lord won't belong to the truth.
Yeah.
The Lord blinded before the foundation of the whole world, man.
Right.
No, 'cause that's another thing too. The Lord sells the righteous and the Lord sells the wicked.
Yeah.
Right.
No, the Lord controls all things.
right.
In fact, can a brother get a Proverbs? Look at Proverbs. Let's just show that real quick.
What did it say? Should it say about his stretch? He said it stretched forth what again?
He stretched out his hand do all the day long to rebellious people.
Yeah.
That's Isaiah 59,
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah, because through the Spirit, that's why the men of the Lord is out here. Through the Spirit, we the hands of the Lord by bringing forth His word and teaching His judgment to the 2/3. And we know physically, the hand of the Lord is Yahweh Shai, but the men of the Lord is doing the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in a spiritual sense, teaching His word, man. That anybody that see the men of the Lord teaching, you've been marked if you're not taking heed to the word, right? Because the men of the Lord is the warning, you know. That it's a warning.
So that trumpet being blown.
Yeah.
No, they're not taking heed to that warning, man.
Yeah.
But this will show that the Lord is in control. Got brother get Proverbs 20 and 24, and Isaiah 45 and 7. You make that point real quick.
We got Proverbs 20. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. It reads, "Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?"
No, so the Lord can control of all things. Where you go, wherever you think, wherever you do, all that been planned already by the Heavenly Fire Yahweh. The scripture says the Lord declared the end from the beginning. And it's already been pre-planned already. That everything will be done. It's already pre-planned already.
So what you're saying is, if somebody doesn't believe, the Lord has already put it in their heart for them not to believe.
Right. No, they didn't predestined to be destroyed, man.
Right.
No, hey, that's a blessing, man. Now that's a blessing to understand that, man. No, wisdom better than rubies, man. Now we know. This is why we don't trip over someone who don't get it. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, you're not ordained to get it.
Because it ain't form.
That's the simplicity of Yahweh Shai. You don't to understand that.
Yeah. And that's why we don't certain men go off in the scriptures. They was made to play that role, you know.
God. This is why in this truth, man. This is why we don't care about the things of this world. Because only at the day we know what's up, man.
Yeah.
We know that this place is gonna get destroyed. We know that everything's really under the hand of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Right.
Nothing bad will happen. Unless it's really bad will happen to us. And the Lord don't say shit to happen. And if something does say shit to happen,
It's for the Lord.
it's the Lord.
Right.
You know?
And it's to toughen you up. See what your faith is. Is you a person that just crash out and then just, man, I don't want to teach no more because this shit happened. You know, you get coming in this truth, you got to go through storms. And some of the storms might not pertain to the truth. It might pertain to everyday living, your job, right? Your relationship with your girl, right? Your health, right? Those is little obstacles to see as you're going to continue in this. Remember
Cares of
Paul,
this world.
he had a thorn on his side. Still was serving the Lord, man. You know, Peter denying Yahweh Shai, getting afflicted with that, still came and served the Lord, man. You know, how you gonna handle the pressure? I got a precept after that, Isaiah 1.
Yeah. Bro, I got the Isaiah 45
I got you. Isaiah 45 and 7. That's a lot. Isaiah 45 and 7. It says, "I formed the light and created darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things."
So it's the Lord Yahweh does everything.
Right.
Everything. Literally everything. Not even the smallest tree branch will not move to let the Heavenly Fire sanction it.
Yeah.
Start at verse 6.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's start at 6. Lucky, I know Sam, he like going up an extra verse. Start at 6. This is Isaiah 45:6. "That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am Yahweh, and there is none else."
So that
Right.
means
That
means that Yahweh's ultimate power. Right?
Yeah.
So the power of power. No one's equal or next to.
He is.
No one. You know, that doctrine too.
Yeah.
No, because they try to say, oh, the son, Yahweh Shai is equal to the Heavenly Father. No.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai is underneath the Heavenly Father. No.
Yeah. And then they use this verse to say, how can you believe in Yahweh Shai because of this verse? And you say he a God. No, this is just pertaining that nobody else is he is or he exists. He's the it factor.
Shit, everyone's a God. Well, we're gods too.
Right.
You know?
Lowercase g.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not the God.
Demigods.
Right. Okay. Verse 7, it says, "I formed the light and created darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things." Right?
Oh, yes. Want to break it down?
No, I was just going to say the same thing you said. It's all the Lord's doing. When people hearing these this dude teach about Satan was rebellious against the Lord created these angels to be in order. You know, the left hand and the right hand, let alone the left and right hand in the world, right? When you go to Sirach 33 and 14, Good is set against evil, evil against good, man. And this is all the Lord's doing. We're all living in. He created the beginning, right?
He created us to come out here on the highways and hedges.
Yeah.
To preach his word.
Yeah.
Gave us our
No.
orders.
Yeah, you
Right.
were basically manipulated to do this
Right.
by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right?
And that's why we always say,
Yeah.
this is why we always say, we blessed that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has given us a spirit to see the true doctrine.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
because when you read scriptures like 1 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, where it says, I would choose their delusions
Yeah.
and things like that. Isaiah 66:4, I got it right here. But ultimately, we understand the full doctrine. We're not tossed to and fro.
Yeah.
You know, we understand what the Lord is about to bring here. We understand, you know, what the prophecies are.
Right.
You know, so we're not in the spirit of what of being confused. Yeah, you know.
Right.
But you got people like you know your chief. You know what I'm saying, Chief Ephraim. You
Right.
know, he don't know.
Right.
You know, but he can claim to
Right.
call upon the name of the Lord. You
Right.
know, but ultimately, man, the Lord is only dealing with a certain sect of men, man. You
Yeah.
know, and ultimately we get it. You know what I'm saying? We're not in the spirit of denying the doctrine.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So that you know, I just wanted to say that, man. It's just a beautiful thing to see that we're not confused, man. Like,
Yeah.
You know, we know which way we're going. We understand what we got to do.
Yeah.
Because
No.
the further you separate, when you think about, like, the further you separate from the truth, the more diluted
Yeah.
it gets down, right?
Yeah.
And you see it in these, you know, these offsets.
Watered
right?
down.
Right, where you have these different offsets, these different and each time it separates, it gets diluted more.
Yeah, just
And
watered
then it's not strong and effective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and it just go back truly in the spirit that they don't really believe, because we were meant to only listen to sound doctrine. The same thing had no division,
Yeah.
but truly it just mean that they really don't believe.
Right.
You know,
Or they not not chosen. They only here just to get a little bit of the truth. They not here to to receive the whole thing.
Right.
You know, a lot of the men, they don't understand that you playing with fire.
Yeah.
When you
yeah.
coming out when you speaking the doctrine wrong, you telling people that Esau not gonna get destroyed.
Yeah.
You know, Esau not gonna go. No, Salaki, Esau not going into slavery.
You're
You
misrepresenting the Most High's
misrepresent
words.
the word, and then
Right.
and then, like I said, you're by your truth and the doctrine. You're probably not the elect.
And that's a deadly thing that you could do, man, is
Yeah.
to misrepresent the words of
Yeah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai,
Yeah,
man.
it
That's why,
just-
Salaki, real quick,
I'm sorry.
that's why,
Sorry.
you know, when brothers get corrected, you
Yeah.
know, sometimes, you know, it's in your flesh, you don't like being corrected.
Yeah.
But understand, you have to get that word out correctly, man.
That's why
because you're misrepresenting the word,
That's
man.
why brothers don't like elders. That's why
Yeah.
brothers don't like to come
Yeah.
up under somebody because
Right.
they don't like to be told nothing.
Right, right.
Because they're carnal men.
Right, right.
You know, they don't want the flesh to get
Right.
they don't want them stains to get cut off
Right,
their
right,
garments,
right,
man.
right.
You know?
Or humble.
Yeah, they don't want to be humble.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the thing, the Lord will be humbling folks, you know?
And like through the spirit, we like small attorneys for the Lord defending the gospel.
Right.
Right.
Right. So you know, like some lawyers or attorneys, they're bad defenders for the defendant.
I got
You know,
two precepts.
so we supposed to be defending the case of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai by bringing 100% truth.
Because guess what? Like you said, we're doing that, but what's happening in the heaven? Yahweh Hashem
Yeah.
Yahushai is defending us.
Yeah, no,
right.
that's a fact. That's a
In
fact.
the court of the Most High, man.
Yeah.
He's saying, no, look,
Got
listen,
precept out?
I know this
You
brother
got
fell.
something to go
Hey,
with
but
something?
he gonna get up, he gonna
got
do
it.
this lesson, he gonna do this, he gonna do that, you know, and we remember we have that propitiation,
Yeah.
that mediator, which is Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo, that's amazing when you actually like really think about it. That while we down here, the Lord is already working in the spirit,
On
and He
earth.
already did it.
As
Yeah.
it is in heaven.
Yeah, come on, man. And that goes back to everything that's doing on the earth. It's symbolic what's going into heaven.
Right.
Yeah.
Brothers ministering, being messengers
Yeah.
through the spirit. The men of the Lord are angels,
Yeah,
man.
hey, the angels working. Hey, yeah, man, listen, the angels.
Come on, man, talk to
Listen,
me.
the angels. They got a certain attachment with the men of the Lord, man.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is why brothers can do this. A lot of times I be like, yo, how the fuck is, how the way my body and my life is set up sometimes, how am I able to do this?
Right.
And it's because certain brothers are, attached to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man.
Right.
That's just what it is, man.
What
It's
is
nothing.
it? Yahweh Shai said that he's a chosen, told Paul, he's a
Chosen vessel of
for
me.
me.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying?
Yeah. And he must suffer these great things. He may suffer for my
Exactly.
name's sake,
Exactly.
and that's what we doing.
And
man.
that Elder Apostle Gabar was saying, a lot of reasons why most of us brothers is probably here is because the Lord has use for us.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is the time that we can praise his name, man.
Yeah.
And give glory to his name.
Woo.
And do his work.
Yeah.
Right? Because in the spirit, You're not doing it. You in the spirit world,
Yeah,
right? But
right.
you're not here on the earth, man. You know, giving Yahweh Hashem Shai the glory. Man.
Right.
Huh. Woo, come on, man. And that, hey, this is a beautiful example of praising the Lord's holy name, man.
Yeah.
This is what we out. We're out here confessing the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. When you read about that in the scriptures, you be like, damn, we be doing that. You feel respect. You be like, yo, the Lord really took me from doing this to really coming out here
Right.
and really standing in front of all these people. They be looking at us like we
Right.
crazy, bro.
Right.
And we don't give a fuck,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
That's
We
the
zoned
spirit of
out.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Because when
zoned out.
Ezra said it, he said he commend those that stood firm for the name. When you look
Yeah.
at commend, he was giving praise or congratulating, like pushing you, man. Keep doing it, man. Keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah.
That's like it. By us being out here and doing this work, we're advancing prophecy.
Yeah.
No, the world would be still right now without these prophecies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, we walking right up. We walking. We walking in that book, man.
Yeah.
We living. We
The words
we
falling
living
off
it
the
out.
page,
Yeah,
man.
man.
really, we're doing our mighty work, man, for Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Now, the world may not see, but hey,
Right.
the spirit, hey, the angels do.
Yeah.
You gotta always remember that, man. The angels see the work.
Right.
Right.
You know?
Come on, man.
Though we are weak, yet we are strong. Man.
Come on.
This is Job chapter 12.
Wait, speak just a little louder, big bro.
This is Job chapter 12, verse 16. To him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver
Our his. Yep. Beautiful.
He leadeth, everybody wanna expound on this, but
You got it.
He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. He looseneth the bounds of kings, and girdeth the loins of the girdle.
Hey, that's the spirit, though. Listen, man. The deceiver, and the deceived and the deceiver are his.
I just
So
showed
if
you.
if you're a deceived Israelite, man,
Yeah.
the Lord have deceived that prophet. Ain't that Ezekiel 14 or something like that? The Lord have deceived that prophet, man.
Right.
You know, you speaking of false doctrine. That's the Lord put that on that brother mind, man.
And you got deceived by
Yeah,
that
by
false
the
prophet.
Lord.
The Lord, the deceived and the deceiver.
Yeah.
Then that
man.
go to the blind, lead the blind into
Yeah.
the ditch.
Yeah, man.
That man only taking you to being destroyed. Then he said he take the bounds of the king. Wait, what did it say?
Verse 18. He looseneth the bound of kings.
Yep.
Come on.
And girdeth the loins
Yo, and
with a girdle.
And when you look in the go to Revelations 1:18, Yahushua say he got the keys to hell and death. You know, the Lord is about to change positions on us where those bonds really through the spirit, our mind, man. Esau had it so much in a dead space, but it was really the Lord. Now our mind is open. Yahushua is supping with us, man.
Yeah.
56 years this truth been out, man. You know?
And that goes back to, again, Isaiah 6th chapter. The Lord, when you read it, the Lord set forth a deceiving spirit to deceive.
Mm.
You know? And, if y'all want, I can get it.
Hold on, real quick. Let me grab these real quick before we drop. This is Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 4. It says, "And I also will choose their delusions." Now, the reason why we're breaking these scriptures out, man, because you got to go precept upon precept to really get the full understanding. You know what I'm saying? When you go precept to precept, it unlocks and it makes your talking points better. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of Israelites with fringes on has been deceived by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. You know? And when you see on brothers' faces, they're confused, bro. You know, they really don't know. You know? We was like that one point in time. We was confused we was all over the place, man.
Right.
But Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he gave us a spirit to all come on one accord and see who the true man of the Lord is, man.
Right.
The scriptures talk about every man coming into the truth through his rightful order, man. You know, and the Lord have mercy on us, man. So we see it, and when we see stuff like that, we're like, damn, that used to be us.
Yeah.
You know, so we not knocking brothers. Brothers can repent. You know, but ultimately, man, when you coming out there and you don't understand that, you don't get it. So who's gonna implement? You supposed to know it.
Right.
You know, you supposed to know who's gonna implement it, man.
Right.
You know, but see, they really underestimate the powers of the highest. They don't really believe in Yahweh Bashem. They think the Lord letting them do what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. They think they let the Lord letting them play it out on their own. No, the Lord has His hand in everything, man. You know, this is the highest. Everything that's before we wake up, everything is written. What's gonna happen, man? Right? This Isaiah 66 and 4. It says, "I also will choose their delusions, and will bring their fear upon them. Because when I called, none did answer." It says, "When I spake, they did not hear. but they did evil before my eyes.
And Salakia. And with these other groups too. They know what's up, man. Like some of them do.
Yeah.
Now, when that time comes, majority of those dudes who know what's up, they gotta get out there, man. Because only are the elect. You know, because only the Lord had a time and place for every man. Right?
Yep.
You know, for them to get the truth.
Yeah.
The Lord had a time and place. No, but only at the day, right now, there isn't the way of witness right now. The Lord put them in that direction.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, through the Spirit. Well, wasn't the with the dude what's his name in St. John 3? What's the dude name?
Nicodemus?
Yeah, Nicodemus. Wasn't he like secretly being with Yahushua?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, because he knew something was up.
No, he knew it was. He believed.
Yeah.
He really believed.
But
was
he wasn't.
faithful.
He wasn't really trying to be seen by the
Yeah,
other ones,
right,
man.
right.
You know. So you got some of these Jake that's probably watching the apostles while they in another camp.
Yeah.
Right. You know the
Same thing we was doing.
Manatazat,
Yeah, God.
the one that make those anime
yeah,
videos.
yeah.
It's GMS, and every camp is watching that channel.
Yeah, every camp.
But
Yeah.
got a nerve to say something about
Yeah.
them. Oh man, those is not Israelites. Those is not prophets over there. Man, those not Hebrew Israelites. But you watching this man channel.
But you see it though. You see it because Elder Apostle Tahar, you know, he I forgot which one it is.
Yeah, everybody watched.
You know,
Right.
they'll come in and ask questions, and through the Spirit, Elder Apostle Tahar already know who it be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it be some of these folks in these other camps, you know, asking those questions. You know what I'm saying? Like a Nicodemus, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they want that truth, man. You know?
Oh, yeah, like that dude, that deacon. Who that deacon?
Paul Carson, Paul Case, Paul.
Yeah, but what's his Hebrew name?
Deacon Athon.
Oh, yeah, no, the one that did the video. The video where he was talking about the forced worship shit.
I don't know his name. I know you're talking about. I don't know their names.
It was Deacon Isaacson?
Deacon Athon.
Oh, Deacon Isaacson?
I don't know. Don't quote me on this.
No.
No.
I'm talking about the dude there with the Benjamin accent.
I don't know his name.
But where the case may be, and where his name is. Hey, you watching GMS, man? Hey, you watching the videos on the channel? You talking about the digital currency? You talking about digital IDs?
Yeah.
You know what's up, man.
Right.
And hey, that's a modern day example of Nicodemus.
He had to catch himself because he was about to say it, and then he had to rethink his words. That's how you know they're holding back, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yo, but what Jeremiah 48:10, where he says, curses the man that do the work of the Lord deceitfully, and curse the man that keep his sword back from blood, man. Right. So even if brothers is trying to hold back because of another dude around them, right, and you ain't trying to correct that man, guess what? You curse, man. If you doing the work deceitfully, man.
Remember,
if you don't agree with something, you should be speaking on it.
Yahushua told Paul, man, you know, that because Paul was, I think he was like hesitant about it. He told him, no, you need to speak boldly, man.
Yeah.
Go out and speak boldly in my name. I'm gonna be with you. I got stuff that you got to do, man.
Right.
You know. So yeah, man.
It says, let me finish this real quick. It says, but they did evil before my eyes. It says, and chose that in which I delighted not. It says, hear the words of Yahweh, yea, that tremble at his word. Your brethren that hated you, that cast you out for my name's sake, said, let the Lord be glorified, but he shall appear to your joy, that they shall be ashamed. And watch, when these prophecies come to pass, what's going to happen, man? All of them motherfuckers going to be ashamed, bro.
Right.
They don't have their head down. Damn, they was right. They was right.
I'll get real quiet.
Yeah, they're gonna be crickets.
Yeah, that go to that Ezekiel 30:33, and they gonna know that there was a prophet in the midst of them. Those that's in the truth and those that's out of the truth.
Yeah, they're gonna know that's a fact, right?
Right.
Got that hit down, that Daniel 12. Well, that Daniel 12 talking about the kingdom, but hey, part of that gotta happen here.
Uh-huh.
Because they gotta be exposed for being false prophets.
Yeah.
They bear witness.
Yeah.
And no one got anything else, we can go back.
Nah, you got it. What you want?
Isaiah 65.
I got some just to line up where brothers are saying. You can take back the point. This is Isaiah the 13th chapter. This is why we do this daily. Salaki. This is Isaiah 13:2. It says, lift up ye a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble. That banner is this truth, the Bible. The banner means sign, right? Us standing here is a sign,
right.
But us bringing out the Bible is the sign, right? And we're exalting the voice and we shaking the hand. We doing the Asher, man, right? If you don't get it, you destroy it. And we're not ashamed to tell Esau his fate, because His part of this judgment is part of the gospel.
It's like, where's that high mountain?
Yeah.
America.
Come on, man.
Right, that North Country, man.
Yeah.
This is where the truth is being preached from.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Nowhere else, man. This is the main focus, man.
Right.
Yeah.
No?
This is the scene. This is the scene in the movie. This is the main
main character.
scene.
Yeah, ultimately, because this is the place that's gonna catch that ultimate judgment.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, there ain't gonna be no more of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's
Right. Yeah.
desolation.
Right.
You know,
The magnified is
Yeah.
right on
this
Babylon,
place.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why majority of the cancer in Babylon is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Lord's focusing here because that's where Israel is.
Right.
In America.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Bashar, you got something? Keep going.
Isaiah 65 verse 3, it says, "A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face,
Mm.
that sacrifice in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick." It says, "which remain among the graves and lodge in the mountains, in the monuments, Salakia, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels."
And that shows that the Lord not dealing with people eating swine's flesh or abominable foods.
Yeah.
But keep going.
And Salakia with that congregation of the dead,
That's a Proverbs 16.
Proverbs 16, 21, I believe.
Yo, and it's so crazy that you eat an abominable pork, which was used to be a mock towards the Lord, when the Greeks and the Romans was sacrificing pig, right in trying to sacrifice him, huh? And you over here eating this abominable animal that has a history with you, man. Let alone where Yahushua put all those damn demons in them damn pigs, and we over here eating damn Miss Porky.
That's Shalaka. And these dudes had to go and say the Lord cleansed these animals.
What?
Now you can eat these animals. For the Lord was strictly offended when niggas were offering up those animals for
Yeah.
sacrifice.
Right?
No, they're the wrong animals. They're unclean animals.
Yeah.
The Lord has a problem with that, man.
Yeah.
So literally, the Lord got to kill you for eating that shit, man. That's why niggas got all these diseases.
Yeah, and another thing that takes away from cleaning the earth, because pigs is used to be a vacuum on land like other defiled animals, like vultures. Some people eating these damn vultures, but they help the dead carcasses that's just laying in the desert or in the field or in the street. And then the sea animals, man, they help filter. You don't need a big ass like a aquarium where you clean it. We don't need that. The Lord put those animals in there to clean it, man. And the more you eat it, the more you pollute the whole freaking ocean.
You buy, with like you have an aquarium, you can buy animals that clean the water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's obviously it's there, you know, but
It's
Esau,
crazy.
you know, just takes all that stuff out.
Mhm.
But what I wanted to talk, back on verse 4, it says, "which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh," right? The book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 16, it says, "the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead," man. So they're in them graves, man. Our people are, you know, what does it say? What's that? Revelation 11 and 8. Their dead bodies shall lie in that great city, man. Because our people are dead, you know, from the neck up, man.
Yeah.
They have no understanding, no idea, no wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man.
Right.
And we see them and they walk through like zombies, man.
Yeah.
Constantly. You
Right.
know?
And that's like video games. The background characters don't even know they the background characters in the video game. They still just doing it. That's a lot of Jake that's dead. Y'all playing the position of a background character, man.
Right.
And the main point is the light, this truth. This is the main. These are the main characters, the ones that's in the faith, man.
Reading on. It says, "which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day."
And then and that's a hypocritical nigga.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about one right now. Now you wear purple, you wear gold.
Keep the laws, brother. You gotta keep the laws, brother.
Another one black. But the main point is, these dudes, they boast about the law, because really, these dudes are no different than the people in the world, man. Now these Jakes in the world, they ain't no different, man, because they boast about keeping the law. Really, actually, they're worse. Like, brother, get Luke 12.
Yeah. What verse you
Luke
need?
12 and 48.
Luke 12 and 48.
Yeah, where it said, the Lord said about them getting more stripes. Because only they didn't know what they're supposed to do. But they don't even push the great Yahushua. They don't even talk about the great Yahushua at all.
Yeah.
They don't even talk about really Yahushua. They push the law, statutes, commandments. But they don't even keep the law, statutes, commandments.
Right. You want it?
Oh, that Matthew 23.
Like Yahushua said,
So you want the Luke?
Yeah, get
Okay.
the
This is Luke chapter 12, verse 48. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required.
So like it's 47. It's
Okay,
47?
got you. And that the servant which knew his Lord's will
Yeah.
and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
No, so hey, you gotta get beaten with many stripes, man, because these dudes, they know what's up, man. They know what they're supposed to do. They got the Bible in their hand, but they refuse to read it. They refuse to have understanding, man.
Yeah.
They refuse the truth. No, so they're gonna get beaten with more stripes, man. So really, they're worse than these 2/3 niggas around here, man.
Yeah.
Smoking weed, being game biggers. They're worse than them.
Yeah.
You know, because they reject Yahushua.
Right.
You know, and that's why they push their own righteousness, the vain glory. In fact, your brother get Galatians 5:26.
Yo, and that goes, you know, when he said they have a zeal for God, but not a zeal for knowledge.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a zeal for the law, but not a zeal for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Like you had a brother say that we Yahushai thumpers, or we go into the gospel too much. A brother that we knew, right? But we not really teaching our people because we went away from always teaching the law. We teach the whole volume of the book over here because St. John 5:39, Yahushai said, you think the scriptures give you eternal life? They testify of me, really meaning the scriptures point us to Yahushai. Yahushai is the foreshadow of all of this, man. The Lord set up Yahushai for this truth to be a reflection of him, you know? So you, in order to teach, you have to speak of Yahushai. In order to bring prophecies, you got to have the spirit of Yahushai. To come in this truth, you got to believe in Yahushai. To have Brakak Wadash, you have to believe in Yahushai. The Father has to draw you to the Son have to raise you up in the last days. It all brings you to Yahushai, man. You know?
Never be read before. Yahushua is the one that gives you life, man.
Come on, man.
He's the one that giving you that grace, man. No? Well, Yahushua, you done it. Because you don't have a mediator, man.
Yeah.
No, you don't have the Levitical priesthood established. So you go up and offer up sacrifices. And even if you did, well, they deal with your sacrifices anyway. You said that.
Right.
No?
Hey, what the Lord did, man, that's supposed to put a fire on you to continue on this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? What the Lord did, man, just actually meditating on what he did.
Everything he's done, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, that's a big deal. You know what I'm
People don't,
saying?
they don't
like,
get how serious.
Yeah, certain Israelites don't. It's not in their mind. You can tell because they don't talk about it.
Right.
It's not in their lessons, man.
That brought you out of out of your condition, man.
Yeah.
Of being dead, man.
Yeah. You can get Galatians 3:3. It's holding.
I got you.
5:65.
It's like David.
Oh, Dave got it.
Yeah, David.
Oh, he got Galatians 3?
No, you get that. You get
No,
that.
he has Galatians 5:46.
Okay,
You can get
okay,
Galatians 3. How did I get this?
Sound good.
Book of Galatians chapter 5, verse 26 and 25. If we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit.
You know, so we have to live in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah.
Verse 26. Let us not be
Read a little louder, Op.
Let us not be desirous of vainglory,
Right.
provoking one another and envying one another.
Yeah.
No, so we can't be desirous of vainglory. This
Right.
is what they do.
Yeah.
Because only that day they ain't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. They're the
Yeah.
spirit of pride.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's why they glow about the law, because they're glowing about what they sing anyway.
Yeah.
They're doing their own works
Yeah.
of righteousness.
Right.
So can you get Isaiah 64 and 6? You can get these.
All right. This is the book of Matthew. We started with Matthew chapter 23. I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says, "And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased,
Yep.
and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering in to go in." It says, "Woe unto ye, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye devour widows' houses, and for pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye compass land and sea to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more child of hell than yourselves."
That's like you want to add a little point to that.
Mhm.
This is exactly what the IUIC.
Exactly.
No, they devouring widows' houses by sanctioning money from them with the tithe.
Land and pass land and sea. They get on the plane. What is it? 12 tribes worldwide.
Yeah.
We're on mission number 36 out here in Gambia. You know, to do this mission, right?
No profit.
With Most High Christ bless, right? That's what they'll say, man. You know, and make one proselyte. When he is made, he make him twofold more child of hell than yourselves.
Damn.
And that's what they doing.
Yep.
They out there spreading that, man.
Yeah.
No, they're making them too full of
Same
salad.
vibration.
Guess what? They're gonna be hopped up on the laws, man. And that's what the majority of these IUIC dudes are.
Right.
No, they're just hopped up on the laws, saying they're the most righteous nigga in the world,
Right.
and that the Lord ain't got specifically dealing with them and just choose them. No, man. No, look, man. The Lord not dealing with you, man.
Right.
No, because only that day the Lord would deal with you. You wouldn't be hopped up by that law shit, man.
Deuteronomy
Yeah.
22 and 5.
Now, where your fridges at, all that shit.
So
Man. You
you mean-
wouldn't be hopped up on that shit, man.
Right.
Because only you would understand you ain't keeping the law perfectly.
Right.
And that's another thing too. They know they're not keeping the laws.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but it's still acting like, oh, you gotta keep the laws. I gotta be perfect.
Right.
Be therefore perfect.
Right.
No, but that, and then at the end of the day, they can't be perfect themselves, man.
Right. You had a dude that it was a dope fiend that had fringes on, man. You know? And then now you got brothers saying, hey, if you don't got this one on, you sinning. If you don't got those fringes on, you sinning. Right? And then Deacon and them was talking about, because you know they do the lunar, he said really technically a brother going off if he don't, tell his job he can't work a certain day. He said, man, yo, we got documents where you can actually get off. The Lord didn't tell us to do that in the scriptures, man. Right? You trying to rehearse it to the best of your ability. You got to know you in captivity. Let alone, we got to pay bills. Can't give excuses to that. But you have to understand the captivity that we in.
Yeah.
But you ain't getting having mercy because of Esau. Some jobs gonna let you go. Everybody not lucky like some of y'all where you have the job that you have and they'll let you have off each time the Sabbath change. You lucky.
Yeah, the scriptures say do everything in decency in the Lord.
Yeah.
Be decent about keeping the law. You can't be over righteous, man.
Right. Yeah.
Just do it to your best of your ability.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and that's the one thing too. You know, and you got to search that in yourself. Are you doing it to the best of your ability?
Hey, the scriptures say the servant is not greater than his master.
Right.
Yahweh Shai is the only man that walked the earth perfect, man. We
Right.
can't be we filthy rags, man.
Come
We
on.
can't be that. We ain't that, man.
No, but we know Captain. I don't sin.
What did the Lord die for, man?
Right.
Come on, man. Like it's like y'all,
Yeah, that's another thing.
It's not registering, man.
If you say you don't sin, what's the point of Yahweh Shai?
Yeah.
Just save
What's
yourself.
the point of grace then, man?
Go save yourself.
Call down chariot, man.
Yeah,
Call down
Right.
chariot.
Come on, do that.
Call down chariot.
Yo, call down some fire too, like Elijah, man.
But you in the same condition we in.
Yeah, right.
You should be good.
Him first and you.
This is Isaiah chapter 64, verse, you said 6, huh?
Oh yeah. Isaiah
64 and 6, yeah.
Isaiah 64 and 6. But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags, and we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like a wind have taken us away.
Yeah.
It's the only man, our righteousness is a filthy rag, man.
Yeah.
No? And nothing we can do in this flesh to be perfect. Because only Yahweh Shai himself said he wasn't good.
That's why we got to be changed. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of us getting new bodies, man.
Right.
So we can be perfect, man.
Right.
Now, as we're walking, and we're going through our little trials and tribulations, we're perfecting ourselves as we get to close to that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little things that we're going through. You're supposed to learn from your mistakes.
Right.
Yeah. So when you fall, you get that. That's why the scripture says, "Just man falleth 7 times and get back up."
Right.
You don't keep falling for the same thing. You strengthen yourself, man.
Right.
You fall one time because it's a lot of different experiences that we never went through yet, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of tribulations we never experienced in this flesh yet, man.
Right.
And that's according to each man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I might not experience what Sam experienced.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, it's for the perfecting of ourselves.
Right.
And that spirit that's inside of us.
Then you look at the example of Peter. Yes, he denied Yahweh Shai, but where's the other account that he denied him again? Right? What about Paul? Paul was persecuting the church, but when he came in this thing under Yahweh Shai, where's the example of him persecuting the church again? But that doesn't mean Paul or Peter didn't have other problems they was dealing with. They just did. Peter didn't go back to denying Yahweh Shai.
Because they understood.
And Paul didn't go back persecuting the church.
Yeah,
Think about it. Oh, Salaki, go ahead. No. I was gonna say Yahweh Shai. Remember, Yahweh Shai said, "A better than Solomon is here."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So think that, and he knew what he was doing in
Come
our
on.
past life. Imagine us, man, and the things like you say, like we haven't, but we probably gone through situations in our former lives of everything.
Yeah.
And this is that last
this
kind
that
of
last
trial
hoorah.
run.
This
You know
that
what I'm
last
saying?
hoorah.
Right.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
that get that information out because you about to be a judge and a king on the earth, man.
Ooh,
Yahweh
see,
Shai
they
will,
don't,
man.
they don't measure that.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people, they don't measure that.
Right.
This is why we're gonna be living forever, man.
Right.
Because we done been through it in our past lives. If we're the elect, we
Yeah.
done been through a lot of trials and tribulations and all them different lives. We done came back. Now
Yeah.
we're doing it again, man.
And if you got it good, it's a problem, man.
Yeah, it's a problem.
The Lord
That
might not be dealing with
yeah,
you.
it may not be. If you
You
living
know?
it up, you want to land and you
Yeah.
just kicking your feet up and you
Yeah.
ain't going through shit. Hey man, that's a problem, man.
Right.
You know?
That's
Hold
why
on,
I said
It's my
Salakia.
turn. It's my turn.
That's why it says, blessed are those who are persecuted, for my name's sake. Blessed are those, so they shall see the kingdom. Blessed are the meek.
Right.
Blessed are the humble.
Yeah.
Right? These are the things, because going through these things, think about that, man. That man who's going through hell, hey, man, he's going to be sharp in the kingdom.
What
bro.
the Lord,
Come on.
he said it's better to suffer for righteousness than
Yeah.
to suffer for evil doing.
Yeah.
Right? So it's good when brothers get afflicted. And sometimes when brothers talking about going through certain things, it could be different type of things. It could be your job keep getting laid off, right? Problems with your woman. Maybe the light's not damn near working. You trying to use your hot water, but it's cold water, right? You only paying your bills and you only got $20, maybe $10 in your name throughout a week. You know what I'm saying? Might be eating noodles. It's different examples of suffering in this thing. But in the time of the MOTB Jacob trouble, that's going to be an upgrade suffering. The things you got going on now, if you can't handle that, how you going to handle the MOTB in Jacob's trouble,
Now,
man?
look, I was just about to say that. The scriptures say, faint not at my tribulations for you, because the tribulations is your glory. These little tribulations that we going through right now is going to benefit us during the time of trouble, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We going through these things right now because it's going to lift us up.
Right.
When everybody fucked up and they going out of their goddamn mind, we're going to be temperate.
And laughing.
Yeah, we're going to be,
cheering.
we're going to already be used to it, man.
That's what Isaiah 65 going into.
The Lord is showing us his mercy by going through these trials and tribulations, man. Now
Right.
you be having your head down and beating yourself up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying at the time, but when you actually sit and think about it, damn, the Lord really he loved me, man, because the scriptures say what? If the Lord chastened you, you a son.
I count it all glory.
Come on, I count it all.
I
Count it all glory, man. Hey, take it on the chin. And that's
Yeah.
what Sirach 2 and like 4 said, something like that.
Yeah.
Take it on the chin when you are changed to a lower estate.
Yeah.
Come on, man. The true men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai have to suffer with the Lord, man.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing, man. We're suffering, man. You don't think we want to do certain shit? We be like, man, what the fuck, man? But you got to shake that shit off, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got to shake it off and keep moving for Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's like it. And look at Yahweh Shai, man. Like, every day with Yahweh Shai, it was like Jacob's trouble, man. Because people want to kill him, people want to persecute him, lying on him, chase him down. And Yahweh Shai went through all manner of hell for all those 3 years of his ministry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it ended with him being put to death.
Hit, falsecute the whole nine, man.
Hey, look, after real tribulation, man, it's always a relief of what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? After tribulation, there's always a relief, a light.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at Daniel, what he had to go through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they remember Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they got tossed into the fiery furnace, man.
Yeah.
But they got promoted after that.
Yeah.
Daniel got tossed into the lion's den, man. Twice. Come on, man. He was sitting there. You know what I'm saying? And then he came out and they looked at Daniel like he was a god, man.
Joseph was in prison.
Yeah, come on, man. All of these things, all of these accounts, they giving you the spirit to understand that once you suffer, the Lord is gonna deal with you. You gotta just believe the Lord gonna put us through that, man. We coming into a time of being tried, man.
Yeah.
Whoever called on the Lord and was confounded.
None of us ever really been persecuted, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the scriptures tell us that we gonna have to go through that, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You outside, man, it's all hell about to break loose, man.
Like John the Baptist, he was in jail, then the dude come, and then he get his head cut off.
Yeah.
So he was getting the double whammy, man, with
Yeah.
with the lettuce and tomatoes.
Yeah.
In jail, didn't get beheaded, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of Jake will have to be like, okay, I ain't gonna teach the law no more. A lot of y'all might say, but don't say Lord will. You gotta know what's about to come. This right here toughens you up to actually overcome those
Think
things.
about that. Then, he got beheaded and then came back and did what? Put this gospel back out on the earth.
Again. Come on,
That's
man.
fire. That's
going on.
fine. Yeah, and he did it again. That's crazy.
Right.
Right.
Did it because that was his lot.
Yeah.
You know, he
His lot.
stood in his lot, and,
That's
and,
fire.
He had much to do, man.
Come on,
Yo.
man.
He ended, it's like he ended the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, he died for the world.
Yeah.
Right.
He was a martyr again.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yo, and then when you think the men of the Lord that are the, you know, of the elect, whatever you doing now, you was doing in your past life. So if we get afflicted for that Jacob trouble, guess what? Your past life, you overcame that one too.
They said he should be greater than John the Baptist.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
They're talking about the 12 apostles. You know,
Yeah. But listen, I mean, listen.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man.
we gotta get that
You gotta have that faith, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, share ears with Yahweh Shai. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
right. But what we know,
Shit.
one camp say your chariot that you gonna die in the kingdom and then come back, and then keep dying again and come back.
Well, one said that John the Baptist fell off the faith.
Yeah. Where?
How?
Yeah, they
He-
said that.
he
Yeah.
went- you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
The last thing he did was rebuke Harab for laying with his brother's wife. Get beheaded for that. But he wasn't in the truth. Come on, man.
But then came back.
Right. Or he didn't do his priest job. It shows why, man, because he seen that they wasn't serious for the Lord. So he went in the wilderness, man.
Yeah.
But you got it.
Who's next?
Me.
I think it was Jeremiah.
So this is 1 John chapter 1 and verse 7. It says, I'm gonna start verse 6. It says, if we say that we have fellowship with him and walk in darkness, we lie and do not the truth. It says, but if we walk in light, as in the light, we have fellowship one with another, and the blood of Yahweh Shai, his son, cleanseth us from all sin. This is the point right here. It says, if we say that we have no sin, we deceive our own selves, and the truth is not in us. Now you do got Israelites out here that saying they don't sin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They saying, you know what I'm saying? We don't sin. You hear them say it right there, out there preaching.
I'm perfect.
Yeah, they perfect, man.
And then saying
You know?
Jesus though.
Yeah.
It's like this is make this point real quick. No, the forefathers, because they like to pull out these priests like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did no sin. Really,
Yeah.
the Lord made them blameless.
Yeah, they was blameless. That's
No,
all. Yeah.
if I get Psalms 32, because that's the only what's gonna happen.
Yeah, Psalm 32.
The Lord gotta make you elect blameless.
Yeah.
No,
Psalms
perfect.
32.
Yeah, 32 and I believe verse 1.
Okay, Psalms 32 verse 1.
Yeah, sorry.
Saw that one?
Yeah, sorry.
All right, you say, blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man unto whom Yahweh imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile. When I kept silence, my bones waxed old through my roaring all the day long, for day and night thy hand was heavy upon me. My
Yeah,
moisture.
sorry. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but the main point is right there. The Lord made them blameless, man. The
Yeah.
Lord took away their iniquity, man. The
Yeah.
Lord didn't impute unto them. That's why they were without sin. No, but willingly, they did commit sin. We all go off, man.
Yeah.
And as Scripture says, all have sinned before. Paraphrasing. Well, I paraphrase it like this: "There's none to do good, no, not one." That's Psalm 51. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. You know, that, hey, only end of the day, everyone goes off, man. You know, so we can't be boasting about the law. I like you're this blameless individual. No, man. We all go off, man.
Yeah. Well, in 2 Ezra 9, 18, 19, he said before he created the earth, everybody obeyed him. But as soon as he put man on earth, we became corrupt. You know? We became corrupt. We don't become truly holy until Yahweh Shai come and write the law within us. And that's another thing. If Jake's saying that he don't commit no sin, we ask him to bring forth all 613 laws. If man gonna say, "Oh, I can't do that," because if you don't sin, then technically do you got the law written in your heart? Then
Hey, wearing mixed fabrics is a sin.
yeah.
You know?
Hey,
Like,
you
you
go.
got
Yep.
613 laws. You're not going to tell me that you're keeping all of them.
Right.
They don't even have battlements on their house. Most of you don't even know what a battlement is. They don't have battlements on their house, man. No, so that's going off right there. Most of you do live with a woman.
Yeah.
No, so they're going off as well, unless they're doing a deep clean every goddamn day.
A deep clean.
Right.
The whole house,
Yeah.
all the walls. No, they not, man.
Right.
But Michelle, you got something?
I keep
That's it? Okay. I believe I had you home something.
I was still on Luke. I was in Luke 12. I was in Galatians 3.
Yeah, get Galatians 3. You can drop that Luke 12.
Yeah, I kind of already dropped it, but you know, You can always go back to it if you need it.
Yeah, all you need is Galatians 3.
All right, I got you. It's Galatians chapter 3, verse 3. It says, "Are ye so foolish? Having begun in the spirit, are ye now made perfect by the flesh?"
No.
That's a question.
I believe a little more to it.
Okay, I
Like,
got you. It said, "Have ye suffered so many things in vain? If it be yet in vain, he therefore that ministereth to you the spirit and worketh miracles among you, doeth he it by the works of the law or by the hearing of faith?"
No, because only this is by faith in Yahweh Shema
Yeah.
Shai.
Yeah.
Now, we're not saying don't keep the law.
Right.
We're not saying, but much rather, through the faith of Yahweh Shai,
Right.
you made perfect.
Right.
But through the faith of Yahweh Shai, so you heard this word, you believe. It wasn't because we told you what to do according to the law, but much rather because we told you about the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's how you believe.
Yeah.
Right.
How you get back to your heritage.
Right.
No?
And you got to know, faith was fully manifested to us through Yahweh Shai, right? Even though we had characters in the Old Testament that have examples of faith, but you still have to know when you go back into the law, we cannot complete it. That's why faith coming in through Yahweh Shai is the key, man. That's the key, right? If somebody teaching you prophecies, well, how are you going to really believe in that? To believe is faith. The law is not, that's not helping when it comes to prophecies. When Jacob trouble come, the law is not preparing you for Jacob's trouble, but the faith in Yahweh. If somebody knocking at your door, you're gonna think of what law to keep? No,
gotta
you're
have my
thinking
fringes on.
right. You gotta think of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Yo, you gonna probably wear strange apparel
Oh, I ain't got my
if they're
fringes
trying to
on.
knock in your house, because they're gonna come at those that fear the Lord.
It's like it. When Esau locks your ass up, you got to put you in a goddamn jumpsuit, man.
Yeah.
And that shit got to be guaranteed you mixed fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all that shit, oh, we got to keep the law.
Yo,
Man, you can't.
Yeah, and do it change your faith? Now that you in jail and you got a jumpsuit, you don't got no fringes on?
Right.
Do your faith change?
Nah.
Oh, nah, I'm not in the truth without fringes. Bro, when you go to sleep, your mind is not on fringes. You sleep, nigga.
You bought them fringes from Joanne Fabrics, man. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
And,
That shit is-
and that go back to what you said. And where you getting the fringes from? You
Right.
get them from Esau.
And they mix fabric.
Come on, man.
No, so.
You try to
Yo,
go
he
to
got them. You got
your
the
enemy for the one
shiny
ball
joint,
piece.
and
Yeah, the
then you
shiny
got cotton. You got cotton,
Okay.
and they mixing them together. Oh man, them tassels fire. They two different colors, and then you find out one is polyester and one is cotton.
Yeah.
No, another thing too.
Come on, man.
So there's a legal amount of flies that can get into your food, man.
Yeah.
Or rats or bugs.
yeah.
They have a legal amount that they can put into your food.
Yeah.
Duck feathers.
Yeah.
Right. No, and most states don't know that because that's in your food, man. You're eating unclean food. That's why
Yeah.
the scripture says, so your food shall be defiled among
Yeah.
the Gentiles, man.
Yeah.
No, because they're feeding you bullshit, man.
Got a precept.
No, go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 16, verse 16. It says, "The law and the prophets were until John. Since that time, the kingdom of the Most High is preached, and every man presseth unto it." All right, and that kingdom that Yahushua was bringing forth, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's that mentality, that change, the change of the guard when Yahushua came, man. You know, because Yahushua is above that, man. Right, and when you even read even deeper into it, Yahweh, remember, he's the volume of the book, right? So he was the tabernacle, he was all that, the candlesticks, all these things that were in the law, he was that.
Right.
You know, and he's the walking flesh and that lamb, you know, for the sacrifice, man, that's without blame.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's what makes him being the firstborn so key, because everything damn near given to Yahweh Shai. Yeah.
Everything was made for him.
Yeah.
Adam,
So when you
you
look
know?
at this truth, it all brings you back to Yahweh Shai, because this is his. It even say he is the word. So even when you talk about law, really, you talking about Yahweh Shai. Literally, man. Yo, when it talks about a husband and a wife, physically we have a wife, guess what? That's synonymous with Yahweh Shai and his bride. Everything go back to Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Dealing with order. That's going back to Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai said he is only one that's good, the Heavenly Father. He didn't try to usurp authority of the Heavenly Father. He obeyed the Heavenly Father. He was in obedience. Everything leads to Yahweh Shai, man. Got it, King.
But, yeah, man, I got
Reading on Isaiah 65 and verse 6, it says, "Behold, it is written, before me I will not keep silence, but will recompense, even recompense into their bosom." It says, "Your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshai, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blaspheme me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former work into their bosom.
So the Lord got judged completely everyone according to what they did in the past. Can brother get Exodus 20 and verse 5?
Exodus 20 and 5.
Yeah, Exodus 25.
Okay, I got you.
Because only the Lord's got to judge every man according to what they did, right now or beforehand. No, because the fathers are dead. Our fathers, our forefathers are dead. No, but the Lord got to judge them for what they did. You know?
Right.
How? During this one. Go ahead.
This is Exodus 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh thy power, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
So the Lord got to judge them for what they've done in their past life, right? Now, during this life. No, it's only right. At the end of the day, it's only right that they get judged, right? Because only they seem to skip out on judgment day. They seem, because most people believe that you live a people's life and then you die and go to hell. Nah, all judgment happens on the earth.
Right. It's the place of judgment.
God, that's
Like the scriptures say.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 16. No, so this is the place of judgment, man.
Yeah.
Right.
This is where all judgment is.
Right.
No, let's just prove that real quick.
Yeah, get it?
Yeah, brother, yeah, you get that. Ecclesiastes 3 and 16.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it, but through the Spirit, when you just said what you said, through the Spirit, the Lord just made that manifest. How you said, because of what you do in your past life, you get judged, and what you just saw in front of you. Come on, man. Yo, the Lord is a bad mamma jamma, bro. Yo, and brothers having and brothers having the delusion and not understanding these scriptures. Whatever you did in your past life, the Lord made you not understand this now, bro.
Damn.
The Lord says he
That's what he's
requires
talking
that from the past.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Which is
Yo,
from the
and
past.
what do they say? They say, man, why y'all always worried about the past? Because the Lord is.
Yeah.
How about Shemal Shai?
He ain't forgot, obviously, because
Right.
that's why we here right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What he said, he gonna remember what the nations did unto you.
He remembered what Solomon did.
Yeah. Yo, what he say? The lady that washed Yahweh Shai feet, the lady that gave up the oil, and Judas was like, man, we could have sold it. He said that she was gonna be a memorial.
Sure.
Abraham became a
You get
memorial
Ecclesiastes
because they're
8.
being talked about all the time. You know, there's a lot of men and women that's being talked about a lot for what they did, man.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite
God.
scriptures.
God.
Reincarnation, bro.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Ecclesiastes.
8 and 11. God.
You said this one?
The sentence against the evil work.
You saying that one, Sam?
Yeah, but
That
you got that.
This
no,
one,
just
3 and 16.
Oh, this is general.
Yeah.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there. It says, in the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
No, so this is the place of judgment here on the earth.
Yeah.
There is no place of, you either gotta go to heaven or you gotta go to hell. No. All judgment happens on the earth. The Lord only created the heavens and the earth.
Right.
The Lord didn't make no third place of hell burn with fire. No.
That's why you see all of the shit happening on the earth. That's why you see all these deaths, destruction, all kind of any death under the sun. You see it happen here on the earth, man.
Right.
So the Lord, he sends your ass up there, but he sent you back down here to act it out. You know what I'm saying? And the brother was just saying, this is not the, I'm gonna lower my voice, but as soon as you said that, a lady in the wheelchair rolled past. You know what I'm saying? That this is not to say nothing crazy, but it's judgment from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. A lot of time I used to sit and think, damn, how come that little boy, that's sad as hell, that little boy was born like that? And it's because the Lord, he did something in his past life, he had to come back to earth to react that judgment out. Man.
Right. Yeah, where you see people might be small people.
Yeah.
Or have a born with a missing arm. Or a child come out where it's two connected children.
Yeah.
Or 3. Or face all deformed. Like I just seen this dude, his forehead was big as hell, but his eyes was low, looking like the dude off of the Green Lantern.
Hey,
you know?
when Jake ran up in somebody's house and he murdered the whole house or whatever the case may be, all that was sanctioned from the heavens, man.
Yeah.
You see, everything is sanctioned from the heavens, man. This is what a lot of y'all don't understand, man.
No man
Yeah, man. That everything is the Lord is, it's everything that happened on the earth. The Lord is, man, it was planned in the heavens and then it acted out on the earth, man.
Yeah.
The earth is the place of judgment. See, that's the true understanding, man.
Yeah. This is the playground, man.
The Lord sends these spirits forth
Yeah.
at a point in time to appease his judgment.
Yeah.
Did he read the Ecclesiastes?
Right.
16.
Yo, and that helps if this is the place of judgment where people saying that Lucifer fought it and wanted God's glory and fought against him, then that means the Lord don't got order in his house.
Right. That means he can't control his own creation.
And y'all don't understand the scriptures that's not even pertaining to the heavenly angels in the heavens, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's above your pay rate, man.
Hey, brothers brought it out earlier. Isaiah
45:7. Yeah.
You know, the Lord make peace and create evil.
Yeah.
And that's also Psalms 103:20. All the angels obey the Heavenly Father.
Come on.
And Satan is an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, really, everyone is an angel in the body, man.
Yeah.
Right.
So everyone obeys the Heavenly Father, man. Whether they know it or not.
And Yahushua is the head of all of them. You got to understand the power of Yahweh. If anybody disobeyed, the Lord can just probably think and you could just disappear, bro. Like literally, you think the Lord allows Satan to go against him to be a part of this story? Hey, come on, man. Crazy.
I got two precepts. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 34. I'm gonna start at verse 34. It says, "Therefore, if so ye be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy." It says, "For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared." So after death, you know, the judgment comes, right? And then guess what? You play that sentence out on the earth, man. Okay? You play it out because you live again. All right? And I want to go to Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse number 9. It says, "The things that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun." You know, and you see like your children and they do stuff, and you be like, man, you know, in the world before that, you be like, man, I know you done been here before. You know, because of the things and the stuff that they do. Well, ultimately, that's what it is. It says, "Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath already been already of old time, which was before us."
Yes.
It says, "There is no remembrance of the former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of that are to come with those that shall come after." Because, you know, during that time, you know, you don't have that remembrance. Just think about if you could remember everything that you did in your past life.
You'd
man,
be too
you'd
sorrowful.
go bugged out,
You'd be too
you
sorry.
know? Now there's some cases where, you know, you had the little boy in 9/11 who died, and he could remember like him falling from the sky, and he remembered his name, like all, you know, stuff like that, right? But in the case, like, you don't remember, man,
Right.
Because you'd be bugged. That's why when they asked John the Baptist, was he Elijah? He said no, right? Because there's no remembrance.
Because he doesn't know.
You know,
But then
the
Yahushua
Lord has
told him.
mercy enough to take that away from you.
Yeah.
You know, but Yahushua did. Yahushua knew.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
who he was. He
Yeah.
had, you know.
But that would be a heavy burden if you did know. Like, especially how, you know, how women are their emotions. Oh, you'd be fucked up. And when you go to Ecclesiastes 3 and 15, it even go even more where history merely repeats itself. What already happened has already been, and the Lord requires the past, man.
And what the brother said, real quick, he wanted me to get this one. This is Job 4 and 7. He says, "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, and where were the righteous cut off?" Right? So when you see, you know, a young boy with, you know, missing an arm or missing a leg or something going on, you know, or the little baby's getting shot, man, and you like, damn, how'd that little baby die, man? It says, "Whoever perished being innocent." Okay? That's that requirement that the Lord is requiring from that time of past, man.
Yeah.
You know? And ultimately, just think about that. Even at that point, the Lord is having mercy on you. You know, you just coming in the world, okay, your judgment is coming. Now you can come back on the earth again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a fact.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 42. "And he said unto me..."
Wait, hold on. That for Salaki, like Yahushua playing his many roles and came back in his own judgment. Shoot, he went off again from a woman being Solomon. First with being Adam, then being Solomon, and went off because of them damn heathen women, man.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 42. "And he said unto me, I will liken my judgments unto
Right.
a ring like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. So basically I wanted to bring this out to expound upon what the brothers were saying. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. The Lord is, his judgments are likened to a ring, meaning everything is done in a cycle, you know?
Yeah. Yo, and it's sorry. You go ahead.
So they get brought out and they get brought back in.
Yeah.
Non-stop, man.
Yeah.
Day in, day out, people get brought out from the spiritual world.
Right now, as we speak.
Being born in the flesh, people getting brought back up. Consistent cycle, man.
Yeah.
That's that ring right there, man.
Yeah. Yo, well, brother said something earlier on going back to your mistakes and what Yahweh said after the build-up about Yahushua falling because of a woman, being Adam and Solomon. When he came out as himself, he didn't even care about a woman. Going back to where learning from your mistakes. But of course, he knew all things. He had to fulfill that purpose, and that his purpose wasn't to be dealing with a woman, man. That and Yahushua right here. Yahushua is a beautiful example, man. Right? And not having cares of the word. You see how Yahushua said he can't lay his he don't got a place to lay his head. Yahushua wasn't even worried about none of that. Where I'm asleep. He wasn't even focused on that. Yo, they was where he was hungry. He wasn't even. He was like, man, he was starving. They was trying to give him some food. He said, nah, but my meat is the meat to do the work of the Lord.
But think about it, man. Because as Solomon, right, he tested everything out.
What?
He saw that everything was vain and vexation of the spirit,
Even
man.
listen, 1,000 women was vain and vexation of the spirit.
Right.
Come on, man.
Meaningless.
Yeah, so he experienced it all, man.
Right.
Because
he was that spirit that knew.
That's
was
why he said
a
better than Solomon is
here.
here.
Yeah.
Because he knew, and guess what? Now he know how to walk. I know the only way that I'm going to walk in this path. Listen, I don't need a woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, I need to do this.
Yo,
I need to focus on this.
Another thing, sorry, that corrects of the point about Paul. When Paul was speaking, it's better that you don't have a woman, because that's going back to the example of Yahushua. Because for a man, it would take you away. But now, women were created for you men. But on this side, it wasn't meant for us to enjoy it because your flesh get distracted. You know, just in a good, because I know someone will take this another way, but just in the spirit, you will be a distraction because a man got to pertain to your needs, try to make you smile and do all these things. If he's putting time for himself to have fun and doing him, then she'll feel like, I'm always here.
He doesn't
I'm always
care
doing
about
this.
me.
Yeah, right. And that takes away from you even being a man. When you go to 1st Ezra, the 4th chapter, it tells you a king rules everything. And it didn't even read nothing about no woman, because that's the last thing. Because most of the time, what do you do with women? Bang, bang, boogie. And then you hop back in reality. Now you got to go to tell, hey, you know what? Cut those flowers. You know what? Go in the sea and give me some red snapper. You always in the ordering something. You know?
Say this, going back to what
women were made to be beautiful and look good.
Esau fucked the game up with that how he taught us how to be in relationships in here in Babylon. Man. He fucked the game up with that one, man. And he used the women real good. For real. Because in your king Salakia, because in your king mentality, man, you be like, what? You'll turn around and look at your woman like, what the fuck you just say? Like, huh? And she don't even feel like she did nothing wrong. She ain't really said nothing too off. But you just be like, what?
Right.
Like, because we enlightened, we know who we are, man. You know what I'm saying? We know, like, it's like all of that shit we learned here, we really renewed in the spirit, man. We really don't think like that no more, man. So ultimately, man, just like, damn, man, you understand that how bad Esau did us, man. You know? You gotta literally be a slave to a woman in order to stay in a damn relationship in Babylon.
Many men went out of their wits for a woman, man.
You literally have to do that, man.
That pearl, you went down to the bottom of the sea, but that pearl is not shiny enough.
Yeah,
I
man.
need you to go down and get it again. And a man will go down there and dive back down.
No, I want you to. It was shiny, but now I want you to shine it with this material. With this liquid, you gotta shine it with this one. Cause I don't like that one no more.
Right.
Now you end up running through hoops, man. You know, but in the kingdom, man, ain't gonna be none of that shit. In the kingdom, we gonna be just like we gonna one head nod. That's it.
Right.
And they're not even gonna go off.
Right.
They're not even gonna go off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you got to know, Solomon reign back then was just a small example or a glimpse of the kingdom, but it wasn't the full effect of having a glorified body, a glorified mind. right? We're gonna really know how to rule our household in a real form, and we're gonna have order within the cities that the Lord let us control.
It ain't gonna be no household. It's gonna be a damn.
Your own city.
Yeah. What is it? Hold on. What's another word? It's gonna be a damn man.
Mini nation.
Yeah,
You gonna have
man.
Mini nation.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be no low ass household. You gonna be like, man, what?
Yeah,
Man, come on.
And you
man.
gotta think the order. No, your woman not gonna get jealous because you spent a day or a month with her.
Yeah.
She go. Guess what? It's gonna be a privilege that she's even that you even wanted her.
Yeah.
That woman gonna be like, oh, I'm so thankful that you let me be your wife.
Yeah.
Right. And because really, again, goes back to the Lord created women for men.
This is truly a queendom, man.
Yeah.
You know, this whole world is ran after
A
to
whore.
please a woman, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Totally backwards.
I
Man.
was meditating upon this earlier. How men are really deprived in this.
Oh,
society.
really deprived, extra deprived, man.
Now, in the kingdom, that's what happens when you allow a woman to have that much authority.
Yeah.
You know,
You get
but-
deprived.
But in the kingdom, she gonna have to
Hit the sideline.
Get in
she gonna
order.
have to get in order.
Yeah, but she gonna be in order because she gonna be in her right mind. She gonna be in her right spirit.
And
You know what I'm saying? She gonna see herself for who she is.
and she gonna have to wait
Yeah.
for when it's her turn.
Yeah, well, she gonna fully understand. She's not gonna be polluted with the filthiness of Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a strong delusion. It don't matter. Like, anytime I ever hear anybody talk about having more than one wife, I don't like to use polygamy. I don't like saying that. You know what I'm saying? But it's all the woman always feeling some kind of way. It's all about her, and she always feels. It's all about what she feels and her emotions. Yeah, but in the kingdom of heaven, in these new bodies, it ain't gonna be none of that, man. Right. Everything is gonna be in sync. You know, so that's why we know on this side it's like
My man's not with me today. He's with
the brothers or whatever.
He's with his other woman.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's one of his other one. Yeah,
Because you're gonna be happy to say it too.
Yeah, and she ain't even gonna say it. She gonna know it, and it is what it is.
They're gonna be happy to share.
Yeah,
Like literally.
Be happy to share.
And then when you have your family supper and they all together, they gonna be, hey sis,
they gonna
go
be
man,
sisters.
sis, oh
It
yeah,
ain't
I
gonna
like
be.
it.
It ain't gonna be that fake shit. You
Yeah.
know how they be. You gotta be faking it.
Yeah,
now.
faking it. Yeah,
They be
yeah.
hey, you know, they be doing. No, ain't gonna be no fake shit, man.
Secret hate. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. I can't stand the way
it's
she.
gonna be
nah, it's
everybody gonna be
all-
one in the chorus, one
Man.
sync. And sisters don't like to hear this, man. When
Yeah.
you start talking about this, they cut the video off.
Yeah, but we talking about it.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? But hey, man, that's what's coming, man.
Hey, just get used to sharing, man.
Yeah.
Get used
It
on
is
this
what
side
it
of
is.
sharing, man.
Yeah.
Sharing
No.
is caring.
You're Yo,
Sharing is of the Lord. Yeah.
Put that cocoa melon on for that baby. Listen again. Sharing is caring.
right.
Yeah. Sharing is caring.
Hey, you gotta be sharing a lot.
And
you
guess what? It's gonna happen real soon.
Right.
It's gonna happen sooner than you think.
Right, and you gotta think,
Isaiah 4:1.
in the kingdom, the men of the Lord is gonna be your small. That we're saviors under Yahushua. So that's why it's gonna be even better because you're gonna have your own personal God under Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yeah.
Your own demigod God, where this is your Lord.
Salakia, you're gonna be happy because you're gonna be in order.
Hey,
Yeah.
Because they need order.
Hey,
That's
listen.
why the scriptures tell you, you know?
listen, if you got a man that's laboring now and you believe and you under him, you good.
You good.
You straight.
What does it say? As long as you continue in the
Yeah.
faith, man,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I'm just saying.
What's up, brother?
You know?
What you need, Asher?
We can go back to Isaiah 65. No, I ain't got it.
Man, that was a good bill, y'all.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
we went a lot of places.
Yeah.
You know, bear with us. Hopefully, those who have ears, let them hear.
That's
Yeah.
Apostle Gabar. He said you might see us go everywhere, but if it's going in the scriptures and lining up and it's edifying, hey, you was fed, and it's only for the elect.
And
They
it's
get
not
it.
of us.
Yeah.
That was Yahweh Bashim El Shai Bashim Kakar
That's right.
Yeah.
And you are what you eat, man. I wish I spoke about that. You know?
Yeah.
So this is spiritual food that
Yeah.
will get you built up.
Yeah.
You know, so take what you can get and apply it to being born again. You know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Isaiah. Hey, we love singing the song, man.
That's right,
We
brother.
love coming out here singing the song.
Just like the lady said
That ain't for
before we
everybody.
started the
Yeah,
She
not
camera.
for
started singing it. She
Yeah.
was like, what the
Yeah.
hell is this? She
Soon
walked
as we
away.
started
Right.
singing, she
Yeah.
walked away.
Yeah.
You know, and when everybody say, you know, what are y'all about to sing? Yep, we sure are.
Yeah.
Just hold tight. You
Right.
know?
Yeah, because
We'll
right
bring it
before
up.
we started recording, a group of so-called Edomites asked, y'all about to sing? Oh, we want to hear it. And she said, whatever you bring out, whatever you sing,
Yo,
I want to hear it.
Yo,
Sing
look,
whatever.
Look.
And this is the song.
This is 4 Edomites, and they sitting there like this smiling.
Yeah, yeah.
And as soon as we bring it out the
With
scripture,
the
it was
dog.
over.
With the dog,
I
too.
mean, they was smiling from ear to ear,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's great. They think Jake just performing this shit.
And when they walked away, did you see that look on their face
Yo,
when
and
they walked away?
it's crazy that happened, and we saying it again. Before I left, my second wife, she was saying she loved to hear the heavenly song. Before I left the house.
This is a
Yeah,
And
beautiful
that just
song,
happened,
man.
bro.
Come on, the heavenly song.
That's crazy.
Hey, that's
Wait, hold on, let me make sure.
If you don't like to hear this,
That's what the word
something
gospel
wrong.
Yeah, that mean it ain't for you.
Yeah,
Gospel, the word
I
gospel
mean, you ain't gonna be singing it.
means good news.
that's that. You have that that savior, that smell of death, man. You don't have that sweet savior. What's that?
Come on.
Oh, you got flies in your
Heavenly
jelly beans
song,
out.
man.
Oh,
It's right in the.
I see you. I see you.
But here's the good news. That's
Yeah,
what I
man.
said. Good news. It's a good song, man.
That's right.
Right.
If you don't like it, they just like you just have a bad taste, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like that death thing.
Yo,
Can't
and,
get jiggy with
and if you don't like it, guess what? You fight against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
Yeah.
You don't care about him.
Yeah.
Of course, we know Esau don't, but just Jake alone, man.
But this proves that it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
That everybody's not going to get it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't like it, then that's why you got to go. Isaiah 65:8, it says, "Thus saith Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one saith, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, so will I do for my servants' sake, that I may not destroy them all. And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, and out of Judah an inheritor of my mountains, and my elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there, and shit and
Oh, that's the main point right there.
other time."
Yeah, but that the elect got to dwell there, man. The elect got to be saved. Yeah, can you read 8 again, real quick? Or can you read 9 again, real quick?
Come, verse 9, it says, "And I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob, out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and my elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there."
No, so hey, the elect of Yahweh Shemel Shai could be the first ones to get back that land. Get a brother get Isaiah chapter 10, start verse 19. Because the elect of Yahweh Shemel Shai, wait, some of that, all right? But the elect of Yahweh Shemel Shai, they could be the first one to get that prize, man. Get that redemption, man.
Right.
No?
Isaiah chapter 10, verse 19.
Yeah, sorry, 19.
Isaiah chapter 10, verse 19.
Got brother get 2nd Ezra 9.
And the rest of the trees of his forest
9 and 12. Second is 9 and 12.
shall be Isaiah
20, 9 and 20.
Read again.
Isaiah 10 and 19. And the rest of the trees of
Oh, it's
his-
like 20. Yeah,
20.
20. Yeah, 20. I'm sorry.
Isaiah 10 and verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth.
God. So Yahweh Shemel Shai guiding them through truth, man. Now they're staying upon him. They ain't trusting Esau anymore. They ain't trusting the so-called white man. And the Lord got redeemed them. Keep going.
The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. For the Lord power, for the Lord God of hosts shall make a consumption even determined in the midst of all the land. Continue.
Nah, that's the main point is right there. And the Lord got redeemed his elect. Because they got to be delivered from that consumption, man. From that destruction, man. The Lord preserved them for that cause. To be delivered, to be the first fruits of the kingdom, man. No, and they're going to get that special reward. But everyone else, they ain't going to get, man. No, but you can get that second Ezra.
9 and 20, right?
Yeah, 9:20. Sorry,
It's the
20.
book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 20.
Go to 22.
It says,
You might want to read it
a little
in your
further.
phone.
On the phone, yeah, because
Because
that's, yeah,
that's
it's a little
TNT.
different. Yeah.
Here, I'll get it.
Kind.
Second Ezra chapter 9.
Because I know,
Easy access.
as soon as you start reading it,
Yeah, it's gonna say a little different.
Sam will ask me like, wait, hold on, that's
Is
the
it
TNT.
TNT? Yeah, it is.
20. Second Ezra chapter.
You get Amos chapter 9, starting 8. You get
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 20. It says, "So I considered the world, and behold, Salakia. I'm gonna start at verse 18. It says, "And now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in, now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in the world that is made are corrupted by the perpetual seed, and by the law which is unsearchable rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was a peril of the devices that were come into it."
That's like that shows that there is no free will. They got seed of wickedness in you. No, because only that day the Lord put that seed in you. The Lord wanted you to go off, so He can be magnified and give mercy on you. Keep reading.
It says, "And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect."
No, that's talking about the elected Yahweh Shemar Shai. So they're that grape made to perfection, man. Now they're gonna be made perfect when Yahweh Shai comes in, man. That's the end of our course. And really, you think about it, that's the end of the course of all our lives. Now that we're going into, man, that's the end. That's the last part, last final reward of all our lives that we lived through. All our lives for leading up to this moment, man. You know, when Yahweh Shai comes in, man.
And what's so beautiful about that, right? He said he kept a cluster, right? And the cluster grows on a vine.
Yeah.
All right. This is John chapter 15, and verse number 1. It says, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, He taketh away." Right? And that fruit, the grape of the cluster, and really, so the elect are those, that grape of the cluster, okay? That's attached to the vine, which is Yahweh Shai. All right? It says, "In every branch that beareth fruit, He purgeth it and make it bring forth more fruit." It says, "Now are ye clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine." And if you've seen a grape, when you buy the clusters, you use it at the store.
Yeah.
You look for ones that are green,
Right.
Because the branches are still have life in them.
Yeah.
But as you see, once they stay a while, the branches start to wither away because they're not connected to the vine anymore.
they start
You know what I'm
off,
saying?
yeah.
And then when you look at the word abide, it means to remain. And then in verse 2, he said, what did it say? It said, basically, Yahweh Shai is the one that make you bear fruit. That shows that none of us can do this, and this is not of our own. None of us. When any brother right here is doing a video on their own page, that's Yahweh Shai working through them to do that lesson. Right? Because then it goes back to Job 33. The Lord is sealing your instructions on what lesson to do.
That's why it says, "Abide in me, for I and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me.
Yeah.
I am the vine, ye are the branches.
Yeah.
He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch that is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned."
See, wait, and then the key thing, now it's not taking away that, what I'm about to say is not meaning that you shouldn't do the law, but that's how even Yahweh Shai knew his role was more important than the law. Because he said, we have to abide in him to be fruitful. Yeah. It's not, hey, if you doing the law to be fruitful, but that law is your inheritance, that's your custom. You want to do things that's pleasing to the Lord. But the main thing is to abide in his son. That is the main thing, because Yahweh Shai is the first spirit created. He was created before the law was even given to anybody.
But that's the thing. you know, once you abide, you're going to do what's pleasing to him.
Yeah.
So you're going to do the best to keep the law.
Yeah.
You're going to do the best to do that thing, but you understand you got to abide in the vine.
Yeah.
You have to abide in the vine, otherwise you have no chance at all.
Yeah.
Right, no, that's a fact. When you, I'm just gonna get this precept real quick because of what you said. Romans 2:14, going into the Gentiles, it says, "For when the Gentiles which have not the law do by nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law are a law unto himself." So some of us is following the law without probably even remembering it or reading it.
Yeah.
You know, of
Putting a
course,
beard on your face.
yeah,
That's,
naturally, some of Jake was already doing that,
Yeah, me.
and not even being in this truth,
Yeah,
man.
I had a beer before I came
Yeah,
into the truth. That's
yo,
a fact.
hey, some of it we probably read through the law. You might not remember all of it, but some of that majority of those laws, you naturally doing it,
Right.
And it's really by the spirit of the Lord that's
Right.
allowing you to do it, man.
Right.
You know,
eating
Even
blood out of meat.
Yeah.
You know,
Nah,
listen,
let me
through
get my
the
shit
world.
done.
I
Never been like that.
You had to cook my
That's a
shit
spirit.
to the
Yeah,
beyond.
I want my shit well done.
and then even if you make a
Oh, I-
mistake and you eating it and it's red, you spit it out. You be like, hold on, let me recook. Let me
It
cook
don't
that
look
again.
right. It don't look right.
Hey,
to Jay.
some of us allergic to shellfish.
Shellfish,
man.
yeah, me too.
We
yeah.
allergic to
Yeah,
shellfish.
yeah.
man.
We keep
We
it.
ain't fuck with that. No. It's just
Right.
like, you know, certain things. And Lord, you know, you see why. You know what I'm saying? Because you eat that, and you be damn near about to die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that shit. You
Yeah.
have a damn near, you know.
I had
a
an
heart
allergic
attack,
reaction when I did it when I was younger.
Swelled my throat up, had
Yep.
my damn eyes bloodshot red. I'm
Yep.
like, what the
Had to
hell?
go to the emergency room, get the EpiPen.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you got Jake. They take some Benadryl before they eat
Yeah,
it, just
just
to
to
be able
do
to
it.
eat it. Yeah, that's
Wicked.
just crazy.
Oh no, that goes back into what they did in. They said, prepare a sacrifice because I'm a sin later.
Yeah.
I'm about
Yeah.
to go sin.
Yeah.
So that's Jake preparing
Yeah.
himself
Yep.
to willfully sin, man.
But that's just like too, you know, with the lesson that I did with Jake in the army, trying to shave their beards off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And what happens when you get it? You get them razor bumps, and they had to keep shaving them, and they, you know, so now they're coming down on them, talking about that they can't do it no more. You know,
Right.
if it exists, they're gonna kick them out. Well,
Yo.
guess what? It's in them.
Yeah. Now look. We keep the law to the best of our ability.
Yes.
You know, I'm gonna give an example. If my job asks me to work an extra day, and I know that's the Sabbath, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know I got a day off. I'm gonna keep the Sabbath day, man.
Right.
You know, you see, because we don't keep every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's not the Sabbath.
Right.
The Sabbath goes according to the moon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
According to when the new moon comes, man.
Right.
You
Right.
know, so that falls on. It varies throughout the year.
If you don't have to cook, don't cook.
Yeah,
Eat
don't.
a
Yeah, if
sandwich,
you ain't
eat
gotta
some
cook.
salad.
Don't. Yeah, if
Yo,
you ain't gotta
you know?
do it, don't do it, man.
Yo,
There's no reason.
Yo, and some of y'all
That's the best of your ability.
Yeah.
A side note, some of y'all hypocrites. How a woman might say she don't like spiders or a tarantula, but go ahead and eat a crab that is a cousin to a damn tarantula, man. But you don't like spiders, but you eating a crab, man.
Yeah.
You know, and don't even know. If you tell somebody, why don't you eat a roach? Oh, they nasty. Well, a shrimp is the cousin of a roach.
Yeah.
So why don't you go boil that? That motherfucker
Lobster.
gonna turn red.
That lobster is a roach, bro.
Yeah, like, are you really kidding me? That you seem like a hypocrite, but I don't like spiders, man.
Now this is now we really lean on faith because
Yeah.
you know that's how we're gonna get out of here, the true believers, man. You know, because we truly believe. It's all about faith, man. We believe Yahweh Shai is gonna come and free us, man. He's gonna come lift us up out of this place, man. You know, and ultimately, man, every step we take throughout the days, man, we see that it's real, man.
Yeah.
You know, every little trials and tribulation, every little trial, you know, little thing that we go through in this truth, we see that the Lord is real, man.
Yeah.
So our faith is at a certain level now, man. You know, but we do, yeah. What we
Yeah,
Yahweh
we
Shai
all
do.
do.
That's right, man.
I just
you
said,
know.
I just said it right.
But let me get this real quick, just to read it. Romans 3:31. It says, "Do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yea, we establish the law." So yeah, man, we keep the law, man. You know, but you got but faith without works is dead, man. You know, you gotta have both. You know, you gotta keep the law to the best of your ability because we're Israelites, man.
Right.
That's who we are as a people.
Right.
You can't say you an Israelite, man, but like, fuck, I'm gonna go preach the gospel and go eat a pork sausage, man.
Right.
You know, that's off, man.
What do a greedy kid say if he got peach cobbler and he got cake? I want
Yeah.
both of them.
Yeah.
You want to do both,
You
man.
want to do both, yeah.
Yeah, you want to do both.
You know?
But why not try to do the most for the Lord? That's the least you could do.
Yeah.
You so little and puny. You trying to make yourself worthy to get in a chariot. That's not something small. That's something strange that you want to achieve. So you want to do the most. And Jake, they do the most to go to a girl house. Like the dude in the video, he said, "How far would you go to go see a girl?" Like, let's not even talk about driving. He said, shoot, I walk about 8 miles, maybe 20 miles to go see a girl. Right. Or Jake said he'll drive 4 hours just to get some taco and then go back home. 4 hours just to go get some taco. You doing the most just to go do that, but why won't you try doing the most for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai?
That's what Scripture says, to make your calling and election sure. Man.
Yeah.
And we're trying to do the most we can
Right.
in your last days.
Right.
Get on that chariot, man.
Yeah.
Look, you get on that chariot, man, you good.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
That's a final step, man. That's the finish line right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And we're trying to make it to the finish line, you know?
Yeah. What he
No.
said? He said, press towards the mark of your calling,
I got
which is
another
in Yahushua HaMashiach.
Real quick, Salaki on the chat, man. The women don't say nothing,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
If it's not a shalom, don't put stuff in the chat.
Yeah.
You don't say shit.
Yeah. This is the book of Sirach 39:1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, it says, and is occupied in the meditation thereof. It says, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and occupied in prophecies, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men. It says, and where subtile parables are, he will be there also. So ultimately, man, you know, the true men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we're meditating on certain things. We go into the law, you know, read about certain things, okay, about our customs. And ultimately, if we could keep them here, we keep them, man. Okay, but mostly we're in the prophecies, man. All right, we're in the prophecies, which is the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, because he's on his way back here, and we have to make sure these things are known, man. You know, we have to make sure the prophecies are brought forth.
Yeah.
You know, that's our job, man. You know, because guess what? The world don't know what's going on, man. Because everybody's watching TV and social media and all this false information, man.
Babylon is sending B-2 bombers, man. Babylon is sending B-2 bombers
Yeah.
to Guam.
Yeah.
Right? What does that mean, man? Because they about to use this stuff,
Yeah.
man. Stuff is happening.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why we have to prophesy and let you know before it happens,
Yeah,
man.
Iran, Iran about to get this shit cracking, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because now they about to they about to invite America on into the race, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what does it say? The little one shall draw her out.
Yeah,
Jeremiah.
the least of the
least of the
flock
flock should draw her out.
brought them
They drawing her out, man.
Yeah, Israel,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Israel is
yeah.
drawing out Babylon, man.
I got a precept.
Nope. That's like it. Mostly, if America gets involved,
Russia's
Russia,
going, China.
they both get involved.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they may close down that little strait they have over there in the Middle East,
Right.
where all the oil
in
comes out.
Washington,
And they may shut that down. That would cause mass inflation
Right.
of oil prices.
Suddenly shall the storehouses be found empty, man.
Right.
It's going, listen, that's what I'm saying. Jake over here wanna see what's on BET Awards or whatever.
Yeah.
They not understanding, man, that it's stuff happening, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Shit is going down.
Yeah.
Why you eating the goddamn ice cream sandwich?
Right.
It's a bomb being
Right.
shot off, man.
Orange mustering up the battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are sending tanks to Washington D.C. They was doing this, I think. The lady, she actually said this month they were sending tanks, army tanks to
Well, they
Washington D.C.
did a little bit because they were doing that parade. They were sending the tanks last week. They were sending it for that parade. But ultimately, they know. Remember, we've been seeing this for a while. We saw that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They got stuff in place
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
Because they already, remember, the agenda is already
Yeah, it's
written.
already set.
And
They
then
setting it up.
The
Yeah.
only thing is the Lord is showing us
Yeah.
ahead of time what's
Yeah.
going on so we can report it.
Right,
Hey,
and you
look.
gotta go back with the MOTB. They promote it, but you gotta know if they got freaking robots moving, you don't think that they already got a little chip already out? It's just the Lord haven't moved them to do it because He has to place everything
Right.
in their possession. That's what
Right.
chess is about. In order to put the king in checkmate, you gotta put all the pieces in the right spot, man.
They got a robot that can fly now.
Come on,
Damn.
man.
I just did a lesson on
Yeah,
that,
the-
bro.
the-
They got
the
a
little
robot.
dude, right?
Yeah. This thing can fly. Got like rocket propulsion.
Looking like
and
Mega
stuff.
Man.
Yeah. It look like-
Astro
yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. It's
Yeah,
y'all don't know what's going on, man.
Right.
And your little Glock is, and you know, with the banana clip, that's not going to help you.
Damn.
When a drone gets you from
He
freaking
gonna
3
snatch
miles
that shit
away,
right
man.
out your hand with it.
Yeah.
They gonna have a little magnet on
Yeah,
it. They gonna
yeah.
snatch your gun right out your hand.
Right.
Turn.
We got
Right.
robot dogs.
Or a mosquito. They got the little mosquito robots go
Yeah.
up there, you know.
But
you know.
let alone you can't do nothing when they got chemtrails messing up Jake's immune system.
Yeah.
You already done with something you can't even see, bro.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yo,
They got weapons that target you based off your DNA.
yeah, yo, social media, that shit is a weapon too. You be drawn to that radiation on damn near every electronic.
Look,
you get in
you
your
got
car,
fish floating in the water right
Come
now.
on, man.
In 2020, you know, they turned on those 5G towers, and a lot of people got sick.
Yeah. We got sick as hell.
Birds start falling out the sky.
And guess what? They gonna do it again.
Yo, and
Jacob's trouble.
and then they show you what they gonna do. Remember we was teaching on Baylor and Killington? When we first started teaching over there, and then they had the trains, they had the bus stop. This is right in 2020 when all that shit first started going down.
Oh, yeah,
And then they had the 5G tower, and they was like they was showing you what they doing right in your fucking face.
Yeah, right when we was teaching.
Yeah.
Right when we was teaching.
That's just crazy. I'm like, yo, this shit, Esau is crafty, bro.
Yo, and that's what show that Esau not smart, because he tell you what he doing, but it's all for mockery, because he know Jake sleep.
Well, because remember the Lord said their tongue shall fall upon them. So the Lord made them that they do that. So they're like that evil character, the cartoon character, where he has to tell you before he does it, man.
Yeah.
Right? The Lord set them up that way, man.
Yeah.
It's how much pride they got.
Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to say this. You know, once they turn on those 5G towers again, man, and really start radiating people, they're gonna blame. When people start getting sick, and those heavy metals start to react within people's bodies, they gonna blame it on a sickness, man.
Yeah, that was what the Seabiscuit was.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And they blame it on somebody else, but they said
Yeah.
it was, United States orchestrated that.
Yeah, so now when they okey McPokey with it, and they put them shit, remember they put that nano shit up in your body, and they spike up them 5G towers. They can make you sick, man.
Remember what they did with it? Where they put music or put a sound and it start jumping, like in the blood. It was something that was in it.
Oh,
and
yeah. Real thick, and
it start doing all this stuff.
Hell,
man. It's all. Listen, they got it ready, man. They just waiting.
Yeah.
You know.
He's also got laser weapons. Like literally, he has laser weapons. At instant, he just blow your ass up with a goddamn tube weapon and set your ass on fire.
Over there in Maui.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, and they were trying to buy that land, saying that they wanted to make it a smart city, and people didn't want to sell their homes. A few days later, and then what? After Maui got destroyed, what did Mountain Dew do? They made a pop called Mountain Dewy Burst, and guess what? Mountain Dew is owned by the top stock investors, Venmark and BlackRock.
Direct energy weapon.
Yeah, and that's their company name too, Dew.
Yeah.
Develop a weapon.
Dukes of Edom.
Yeah, but they own Mountain Dew. That's just crazy, man.
But I think
Yeah. This was going to his point. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat. Right? And Yahweh was talking about, doing the work of the Lord. This is your job.
Yeah.
This is the number one important job on the earth. If you're not teaching, how are the sheep getting fed?
Yeah.
That's why Jake, talking to the men first, you got to take this serious, man.
Yeah.
And this is so important. I seen brothers, man, brother tooth hurt, brother sick,
Yeah.
but brothers still go out there and try to feed the sheep, man. Still out there trying to feed the sheep, bro.
Right.
Because that's how important it is. And guess what? The brothers know how important it is.
Yeah.
So they have to allow that time to be able to feed the sheep, man.
Yeah.
Of the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man.
Right. And then even the viewers that's watching, just like how you said, like for the women, you can say Shalom or say Yahweh Shem Shai, but you taking it serious by it, because when you hearing these lessons, a woman is usually quiet in the church. So some of them that you gotta take your role serious.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody, if you a believer, you got work to do to show yourself that you're actually taking what you learning and applying it in your life.
Yeah, if the Lord is really with you, man, men or women, man, your life ain't gonna be the same. But it's not gonna be easy. It's just gonna get harder as time go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is all going back to what we've been saying every week, accepting the straight gate, man. You gotta accept what the Lord has given you, your lot, man. It is what it is, man. You gotta accept it.
Right.
And that's a spirit, because that's a spirit, because my wife just sent me something real quick. So lucky, yeah. Something she sent.
Got it?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Come. We're gonna kind of speed it up too.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 65 verse 10. It says, "In Sharon shall be a fold of a flock." It says, "In the valley of the Achor, a place for the herds to lie down in for my people that have sought me."
Because only the Israelites ever got to get that blessing. Our grass, our home, our land, it can be beautiful, it can be magnified. The Lord said He got to make the world, the Lord got to beautify it as Eden, like the garden specifically.
Right.
No?
It says, "But ye are they that forsook Yahweh, that forgot my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, that furnish the drink offering unto that number."
No, and they're normally these niggas, only at the end of the day, they're serving Esau. They're serving the idols of the heathen. Because only they're worshiping. Right? That's Revelation 13 and 6. But they're worshiping the beast, man. Now they don't even realize it, man.
Right.
Keep going.
It says, "Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not."
No, so the Lord got destroyed it, man. Now, can a brother get Amos chapter 9 and let me get the verse. Amos 9:10.
And that's also Proverbs, going into Proverbs 1. You know, what is that? I called and you refused, basically.
You refuse my reproof?
Yeah, constantly.
Amos chapter 9 verse 10. It reads, "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say,
You don't say it like
the evil shall not overtake nor prevent
Go prevent
us."
us.
You said get what, bro? Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you already got it.
So like,
Yeah, but the main point is, the Lord gotta kill him, man. The Lord gotta kill him because only that they forsake you. How about Shemel Shai, man? And care not for His word. So the Lord just gotta take him out, man. No?
Got another one.
No. There you go.
Like it was saying, it said, "Therefore I shall number you to the sword." Zechariah 13 and verse number. It's a lot. Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh by Shemel Shai, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, that is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh by Shemel Shai is my power." Right? So 2/3 of our people here in Babylon, and they're gonna be destroyed, man. Right? They're gonna be, those to the sword, right? To the sword, to the famine, right?
Right.
Annihilated, man. And only they're getting their just dues, man. Because only they can do wickedness. They have no caring for the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai. The Lord don't give a damn about them.
Right.
Yeah. And truly,
Second Ezra 9.
yo, and how everybody always say, God, Yahweh Shema Shai is all, He's good. You got to know it's a terrible sight of Heavenly Father, right? Them 2/3, who cares, man? They got to go. And that's the final destination. We can't save them. This word is not going to get to them.
Right.
And some of them, when we go to 1 Peter 4:17, some of them is walking in the truth, saying Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Some of those would be the elites of the 2/3, man, or the elect of the 2/3.
Yeah.
Right? Knowing the name of the Lord, which is the house. He said judgment is going to happen in the house of God, which is the tabernacle of David. So you that's falsely teaching, you gonna be a part of that. Lord willing, we not of that number. Lord willing, we of the number of the elect. Lord willing, 144,000. You know what I'm saying? But that right there, a lot of you, Jake, don't know what the hell going on. But you planning for tomorrow, you planning for next year. I'm about to go to Mexico. You not planning for Jacob trouble, man.
Yeah. You
not planning to get delivered, and that goes by your actions. That's crazy, Jake. You planning vacation a year right now before the year start. 2026, I'm going here, but you ain't planning to get on the chariot. That's crazy work.
Another thing that Jacob's not
crazy
considering is that that the doctrine got to be on point. Because guess what? If it's not, then that means you're not the elect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
no lie,
Because-
yeah, the
Brotherhood of a breakdown.
Yeah. That if you out teaching something that's not really the truth, that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? And that means you're not the 144,000. That means you're not the elect.
Right.
You see? Hey, we not going through all of this these trials and tribulations just to be, you know, just come through another man's genitals, man.
That means your script is going to end short.
Yeah, that means
You
about to
teaching
end.
that?
Yeah.
Your script is about to end short. You're about to be sitting on the sidelines watching the movie
Right.
from the sidelines.
Yeah, man.
You know, ultimately, the
Yo.
Lord has a setup where there's people who had a script and they're going to continue till the movie ends.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have ones whose their script cut short. All right. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your part in this movie.
Yeah.
Come back to the spirit world, man.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yo, I'm sorry. I got. Can I bring this piece out real quick? Sorry, y'all. My
Oh, yeah,
you should
brother.
never showed me, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 19 in NLT. And it is a good thing to receive wealth from God and the good health to enjoy it. To enjoy your work and accept your lot in life. This is indeed a gift from God,
Read it
man.
again. Read it slower.
Okay, I got you. I'll read it slower.
My ears, they want.
Ecclesiastes 5 and 19 in NLT, it says, and it is a good thing to receive wealth from the Most High and the good health to enjoy it, to enjoy your work and accept your lot in life. This is indeed a gift from the Most High, man.
Because you got people fighting their life. They're fighting with their post. If you're a 2/3, go be a 2/3, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you're a man of the Yahweh Shema Shai, hey, damn it, you need to go do what you need to be doing, man.
Your lot is your gift. It's
Yeah.
a gift, man.
Don't be like Jonah.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
be like Jonah, man.
Yeah.
They're trying to run off somewhere,
Yeah.
man.
Yo,
They
and,
say, a man's gift maketh room for him.
Yeah.
So if the Lord gave you that talent, you gotta bring that talent forth, man.
Right. And what the Lord tell Daniel, you gonna continue. You gonna rest.
Stand in your lot,
Yeah, you
yeah.
gonna stand in your lot. And the lot he had was being a prophet, being a mighty prophet at that. He was a major prophet.
on.
So he gonna come back in that lot, because that's a gift from the Lord. It's a gift that brothers are prophets.
Yeah.
Now I know brothers, we say we students, but we prophets, man.
Yeah.
You know, and you gotta have. That's another thing, like Apostle Gabar said, 7 things to know you got the Spirit. You gotta believe that you a prophet,
Yeah,
man.
hey, we ain't talking about we just we ain't out here doing no fucking magic tricks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's what the world think a prophet is. You know what I'm saying? You can tell when
Show
the
me a
lottery
trick.
gonna be tomorrow. No, man. You know, we out here prophesying the destruction of America, man.
Hey, that's what did they tell you, Howard Shire? Who smote you up on the face?
Yeah.
Right? They was mocking him like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, get down. Since you can rebuild it, save yourself.
Yeah, save
They-
yourself.
And that's
Yeah.
they always looking for a sign.
Yeah.
Right. But the sign is already here.
Yeah.
But look how the Lord set us up. Where now we just teach this word.
Yeah.
And right there it shows who people got faith. Like all the time. This is the example where everybody walking past. You ask all them people that walk past, you believe in God and His Son. They gonna say yeah. But if they truly did, they would stop and hear the word. Right? Because what did Matthew and them do? Hey, come up and follow me. They stopped doing what they did and follow the Lord, man.
Come on. That's fine.
You got it.
This is Revelation chapter 22, verse 11. Right? Just
we
land me
just
what the
said
brother
it.
is saying.
Yeah.
It
got
says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he that is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And you gotta use, because it says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his work shall be.
Come
man.
on.
So ultimately, guess what? You gotta don't fight your purpose, man.
Yeah.
You know,
That's what it is.
because this is his movie.
Yeah.
And if you gonna like Esau is not fighting his purpose. Esau is gonna be the most wickedest that he can be, man.
Right.
And that's his lot, man.
Yo, and that's the example what you just said. Don't fight your purpose or your lot.
Right.
That she said she stood there. She said, "I'm trying to listen." They was like, "No, come on, go."
Yeah,
they fought against that lot.
Yeah.
That was that one warning. I mean, they've been walked past her. They had a couple, but that was that last warning for them, man.
What's the end of that
Huh?
verse that you
Really,
said?
they're fulfilling their life.
Yeah,
The last
come on, man.
It's something
That's
about-
amazing, bro.
It's something about the children,
Yeah.
you know, that they
Remember what he said about the yup.
they are drawn to this truth.
Yeah. Yo, and it's easy to teach babes, children. You can you know how when you was telling your kid about the tooth fairy, they get so into it. Oh, I got 25 cents. I got $1 for my tooth. But when it comes to this truth, my man little TJ, This man get excited speaking about the Lord or
Yeah.
speaking about powers.
Uh-huh.
He said, man, when we get in the kingdom, do you think we're going to spar like you and Yarmayan? Like, this man is speaking about
That's
the
all he
kingdom
talk about.
differently. Or when he playing the game, he said, Dad, I'm going to be doing this in the kingdom.
Yeah.
You hearing your kid really have an imagination.
Yeah.
You, Raya, she's like, oh, I'm really becoming like my mom. So in the kingdom, I'm trying to be the best woman to my husband when you allow me to be married. You a daughter saying this? Come on, that goes off of what the brother just said.
It makes sense with the, you know, the children will always want to stop and listen because they're less corrupt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's a fact, bro. You got it.
They're more drawn to the truth.
Revelation 22 and verse 12
That's
again,
crazy.
it says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me
Yeah.
to give every man according as his work shall be.
That's right. And give every man according to what his work shall be, man. That's why you got to work in this thing, man. Okay, because ultimately what, man? You know, we have a certain love for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, man, we getting a reward at the end, man.
Yeah.
You know, this is what that's what stops all the things of the world trying to come in and corrupt your mind.
Who shall separate us
Right.
from the love of the Most High?
What reward is better on earth is better than this what you gonna receive, man?
Not one.
Right. So this is Hebrews 6 and 10. It says, for the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed towards his name. Woo! And that ye minister to the saints and do minister. It says, and we desire
And
that.
real quick, and it says, and do minister. That
Yeah,
means you
do
have
minister,
to continue
yeah.
doing it. You can't stop doing this,
Yeah.
you know? You have to continue doing this thing. It's not just stop and then you good and you let your no. You have to continue to the end. It says, he that endureth it to the end, the same shall be saved.
And y'all gotta know, a minister is a servant. Going back to Rehoboam, what did the elders tell him? He said, be a servant unto them, and they'll serve you. He said, Yahushua said, the most chiefest person around
Yeah.
you is a servant.
Yeah.
And he's a servant of servant. What was Yahushua? He didn't come to be ministered unto, but he came to minister. He came to be our servant. Right? So when you doing this work, you got to know you a servant for the servants,
Yeah.
man.
The Lord
That's why it's
yeah.
important to do a
That's
lesson,
why it
bro.
says your reasonable service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords came to serve.
Right.
Man. He came
Right.
as a servant, washing feet.
Lower than
Man.
the angels.
Come on, man. So man, you got to take them accounts in and be like, man, we ain't shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why we got to do the same for each other, man.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
mighty.
saying? We got to wash each other's feet, man.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah, man, we got to be this brotherhood. The brotherhood is precious, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't never felt nothing like this.
Nah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Never.
Nah.
Never. It can't nothing compared to this, man.
Nah.
Nothing.
Nah.
You know, and Yahweh Shai, he set the example and he told us, man.
Yep.
You know, hey, watch over them. He was telling, hey, you got to watch over the flock, man.
But why do you love your brother? Because you are of that same
Yeah,
body. You
that's
are
right.
that body of
Yeah,
Yahweh
yeah.
Shai.
It's a scripture that say that.
I did a lesson. I can't remember.
Damn. I got a brain
it's-
fight right now.
But
But
what the Wayne say? We're brothers.
yeah.
We're happy.
But you can't. The finger
Yeah.
can't hate the elbow.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? Because you're all of the same body, man.
Yeah.
So you gotta love your brother.
Man, I
You know what I'm
can't
saying?
stand that dark shadow elbow. Nah,
Yeah,
you love that
and
elbow.
that damn eyelash over there, man. He want to
Yeah.
hang out thinking he doing something.
Right.
You know, that's what the ears said. Come on, man.
Nah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You're part of the body of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
So if you don't love your brother, which is part of the body, then you don't love the body and you don't love Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah.
Right.
It's that simple. And you don't love who sent them.
Yeah.
Right.
You say,
Yeah, that's
you know, if you don't love your brother, how can you have loved me?
Yeah.
When you haven't
First
even
John,
but you seen your brother.
Come on.
Yeah.
First John.
Damn. That's fire. Yeah.
Like, so
That's a great point.
Many have said that I love God, but then they hate their own brother.
Yeah.
How can you have that?
Yeah.
Because what he say in Mark 3:35, he said, "Whoever do the will of my Father is my brother, mother, and sister."
Yeah.
And part of the will of the Father is to love your
And
brother
that's the
like
key
yourself.
point. He that do the will. Because
Yeah.
remember, the body is together. So if you're doing the will,
Yeah.
then you're part of that body, man.
Yeah.
And this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Yeah.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love the Most High, and have hated his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, whom he has not seen?
You gotta know, 1 John 3:18, don't love in tongue or word, but love in deed and in truth. Love in action and love in truth, man.
Yeah.
Love in honesty, right? Love in truth as an example of Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai is the example of love.
Yeah.
He gave himself as a ransom. We give ourselves as a ransom for the ministry, teaching. This is we not doing it for likes or gain. We doing it because Yahweh Shai told us to do it.
Right.
And we believe in you doing these lessons and feeling, oh damn, I didn't get to do a lesson. Yo, that shows through the spirit you got fear of the Lord, man.
Because think about it, charity. What is it? Charity is love.
Yeah.
Right. So you know, and when you think about charity is an action thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you think about, well, I'm going to do some charity work. What are you doing? You're passing out stuff. You're giving away stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a charitable thing. It's an action.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just a word, man.
If you love me, keep my commandments. You know, so you got to do this to the best of your abilities.
Yeah.
You know, and that's you know, loving your brother, man. That's
Leviticus 19.
That's two of the top.
Yeah.
Commandments.
Commandments, man.
Yeah.
You know that's up there with the name of the Lord, man.
That's why doing this work is important, man.
Hey, and that's one of the major curses that's shown Babylon the Great.
Yeah.
You know, is that you the hate for Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so the
eye
eye shall be evil towards his brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the
So
Lord,
now think about that. So now the Lord has it where the fingernail is mad at the hand.
Yeah.
And the goddamn kneecap is mad at the big toe. You know what I'm saying?
How the finger mad at the hand and you part of the hand?
That's not. Hey, you gotta straighten that out.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Doesn't
right.
even function.
The left
Yeah.
foot is trying to go this way and the
Yeah.
right foot going that way.
But
man.
make it how the finger mad at the hand
Yeah.
and you part of the hand.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you gotta straighten that out.
You
Yeah.
brutish.
Yeah.
Niggas
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yahweh said, don't preach the gospel with envy and strife.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, come
Oh,
on.
another example of not loving your brother. How a brother is in the camp and he don't. How a brother in the camp and he don't agree with the. Yo, how a brother in the camp and he don't agree with the doctrine, but not trying to ask, not trying to correct it. You know, you ain't really showing you love.
Yeah. Let me get this real quick. You want to continue? Okay. This is Leviticus 19:17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon. Let's go back what you just said, man. You know what I'm saying? If the finger in the hand got an issue,
Yeah.
you gotta when you rebuke each other,
Yeah.
you come back to a conclusion. You know what I'm saying? And you get it
back
back
to
right.
that fist. So
Yeah.
y'all can do the
You
work.
get it
man.
back, yeah, you get
You
it
know
back
what I mean?
right, man. You know?
This is Philippians chapter 1 verse 15. Some indeed preach Yahushua even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill. The one preach Yahushua of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bones, but the other of
Yeah, so
love.
when you preaching in envy and strife, you adding you adding what it say? You adding confliction to the Lord's bones, right?
Bounds.
Right,
Yeah,
so-
meaning add on to it.
Yeah. You fucking with the body of Yahweh Shai like that,
Right.
man. You know, this is why we supposed to be all singing the same song, man. You know, all in the same spirit. You know, moving accordingly, man.
Verse 17. But the other of love,
There you
knowing
go.
that I am set for the defense of the gospel.
Yep.
What then? Notwithstanding every way, whether in
Preeminence,
pretense, or in truth, Yahushua is preached, and I therein do rejoice, yea, and I will rejoice.
Ah,
Yeah, Paul was just happy that they was preaching in Al-Basu outside.
yeah,
You know?
That's the spirit we gotta be in, man.
yeah.
But you see that now.
Happy to just preach the
You
gospel.
see that, but you see that spirit. You have some of the people who preach it in contention,
Yeah.
and you have some who preach this in sincerity and love, man.
That's where that debating going.
Yeah, I
to.
was just about to say that.
Because then the other side, this is unprofitable.
Yeah.
Paul
Debating.
wasn't even doing that. He'll come and get that point, and if you ain't get it, move on. Because you got other people that got to hear this word.
Yeah.
You're spending too much time on somebody that don't get it.
Yeah.
What is you gaining? If
Right.
you see they don't get it, move.
Because
Yeah.
ultimately, it could just lead somebody to where the truth is. They see it,
Right.
like, let me go find out more about this.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's really the spirit of the Yahweh Shem Shai,
Yeah.
to where they need to go.
Right.
As Scripture says, it's like Scripture says, you can do nothing against the truth
For the
For the truth, right.
You know, so nothing you can say or do.
Right.
You know, even if you're going completely left. You know, at the end of the day, all proud of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Right.
Like vocab, Horace, you know, let's give vocab a round of applause because he, you know, with everything that he's done is just grabbing people get on his comments and like, thank you. And now I know that I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and I know, you know, because you go hard trying to go against the Lord, and the Lord is turning it for his favor, man. You know?
Right.
It's people's favor.
Right.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
like he did Egypt. Like he did Pharaoh.
Yeah.
He used you for his purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, and that's how you know, yo, the Lord word getting out here in all angles. The left hand side is helping the right hand side, and the right hand side helping the left hand side to give them people that's not fully in this thing.
Yeah.
The Lord is winning on both
he went
sides.
on both sides. And that's why he put on the spirit on people to say certain shit.
Yeah.
Well, who gonna implement this? Oh, that's just the more opportunity to do the lesson, man. Because guess what? Yeah, because now people gonna watch and say, let's see what they say. Oh, it's gonna hit.
The left hand is holding for the right hand to punch. Man.
Yeah.
The left hand is just holding them folks so that right hand can come and just yeet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got them and lay them out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Back to it? Okay, come. Reading on Isaiah 65 and verse 13. It says, therefore, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Most High Power, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Yep.
Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart,
Yep.
but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart,
Ooh, come on.
and shall howl and for vexation of spirit.
Yep.
Because only Jake get jacked up, man.
Yep.
No, but only the elect, they got to be rejoicing, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, because why we got to be rejoicing? Because the prophecies coming to pass.
Right.
Right.
Now we got to be seeing the judgment before our very eyes.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, we got to be happy. Man.
Yeah.
And the Lord got to protect us too.
Yeah.
Precept.
Right. Like somebody said that people gonna get this understanding directly from the Lord. Like the Lord gonna wake people up. And a brother was saying, you don't think the Lord is using the prophets? Nah, he ain't doing that anymore. How you think this word, how the Lord is feeding the sheep or edifying them? He's sending out the men, and the men is being moved by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's how we eating, that's how we being fed, that's how we learning. And it's all by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Come on.
Right? So because we kept the patience, and patience means to suffer, man.
Yeah.
When you look that word up, man. So, because we have, endured, the chastening of the Lord and the trials and tribulations, and the Lord is going to look after his, man.
Right.
And Lord's will, we're part of that number.
Right.
All right. We're going to be able to eat in the time of famine.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
going to be able to drink, right? This spiritual and physical, man.
Right.
We're going to be good, man.
Right.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai's will, man.
For Chief Ephraim, $1 million question for you. What's that hour of temptation gonna go into? Especially Revelations 3, with verse 10 or 11.
Mhm.
Right, that hour of temptation gonna lead to the MOTB.
Right.
Right. So you gotta explain that one.
Right.
Well, what's the answer for that? How you gonna overcome the hour of temptation? What is that temptation, man? To buy and sell, right? To want food, to still want to be able to go work or pay your car bill, right? Or to take your girl or yourself out to eat or something, right? To play the game because what is it called? Your lights is off. You know?
Who's going to implement that hour of temptation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lord. That's the
Come
question.
on.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's going to do that?
Right. But,
He acts like the scriptures don't say.
That's a good question.
There's someone brings such the scriptures that say,
Right.
man.
yo, then
Great
the brother gonna say, "Oh no, I don't get into Revelations. I'm not good into prophecy."
Because, you're not into Revelation 19 and 10.
That should be a video, Chief Ephraim, what is the hour of temptation talk going into?
Literally.
Yeah.
That's an honest. That's an honest
How you gonna
question.
explain it?
And if you a teacher, you supposed to, what he say? He say, study the answer. You supposed to be ready to give a man or a woman an answer if they ask you that question. If somebody come to your camp and say, oh, well, what's our temptation? Or well, what's the mark of the beast? You gonna tell them, hey, some people teach us physical, but no, don't worry about what somebody else. They asking you what it is.
No, son. They go to show they eat not profit, man. You don't know what's up. You're not profit, man. You just lost.
Yeah.
In the evergreen sauce, you lost, man.
And you got to explain Revelation 16 and 2. You know, you're gonna have to explain that too.
Yep.
Right? If it's not physical, you gotta explain me how people are gonna be getting sores and wounds.
They say never getting hit by a missile. That don't even make any sense.
It's crazy.
But yeah.
That's crazy.
All right. You got something?
No, I said it's the same. Go ahead, you got it.
No, bring it out, bro.
Come on, man. Stop being stingy, bro.
Okay. Y'all want it? Yeah,
Don't
go
you
get it.
withhold that sword?
This is a good one. Psalms 37. Psalms 37, 19 and 20. It says Psalms 37, 19. It says, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time.
Come on now.
It says, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. It says, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai be as the fat of lambs. It says, they shall consume, and to smoke they shall consume away. It's gonna become a sacrifice, man. God, that's the spirit. Call like Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
That's right.
Yeah,
They're gonna become a sacrifice. Zephaniah, the first chapter, verse 6 down. Because the Lord set up America for a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Then let alone when that flood came, the Lord separated this land from the other lands because it used to be one land. That shows another example, Isaiah 46 and 10. The Lord was declaring the end from the beginning. When that flood came, the Lord separated America from the land. Just so it could be destroyed, man.
He was gonna bring that out.
Oh, you gonna bring that up? Oh, that's the spirit.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. Damn.
Verse 15, it says, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen. It says, for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai thy power shall slay thee and call his servants by another name.
We gotta get a glorified body.
Yeah.
We also gotta go back to who we originally were.
Woo.
No? Because we don't even know who we originally were.
Right,
Man.
In the first life.
Right.
No?
Damn.
Let alone with Yahushai. Who was you?
Man.
Hey,
Man, that.
when we were first created,
Yeah.
we got named directly for Yahushua.
Right.
Man, this is this. Had that crispy beard back then.
Yo, and you gonna know, hey, I'm gonna have a real beard.
Had that six pack. Had that
Yeah.
six pack.
Yo,
Afro.
yo, then let
talking
alone you gonna know what you helped Yahushai create.
Right.
It could have been your favorite fruit or that flower or
I
that
think through the
dog.
spirit, man. I was pondering that today. That's crazy. I was just thinking like how much I like water so much. I'm like, man, I was probably, up in the heavens, man, trying to get that water going.
Yeah,
man.
you probably was one of
like,
the
hey,
spirits
we add
creating
this,
the water.
Yo,
They can do this. They can make it do this. They can make it do that. Oh,
And then
man.
through the spirit, when you get your power, you're gonna be mad. Man, what they did in my water, taking
Bro,
all the lobster crab and
I was watching. The Justice League was on. They got this one, this lady, and she could like summon the water. And what she did was she turned the waters into arrows and was like striking people. And they went through, and then as soon as they hit down, they got on the ground. It would just dissipate and turn back into water. But when she shot them off, and it was like arrows going straight through their ass. It was they
That's
just tearing
fire.
their ass up. And as soon as they hit the ground, then the arrows would just turn back into a liquid water form.
That's fire.
I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do when the Lord gives you
Yeah.
that power
Yeah.
against Esau.
Think about that though. You got the water, what is that? What do they call that? The water thing that you can water. The pressure.
Oh, the pressure
washer.
yeah, pressure washer.
The pressure washer.
Yeah.
How powerful that is, man. It's
Power
soft,
washer, yeah.
but you fall from the sky, hit that shit. That's like concrete right there, man.
Yeah, you're gonna break every bone.
Yeah, my man. If you fall,
Oh yeah, it's
done
over
deal.
for him. It's over
You know
for
what I'm
him.
saying?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
done.
yeah. He might want to land on the ground before he land on the water.
Yeah, that water gonna break every bone in his body.
God. Verse 16, it says that he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the Most High of truth, and he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the Most High of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes.
Because we got all the terror and all the shit that we deal with, we gotta forget about it.
Yeah.
And we can't. We gotta be like a dream.
No psychiatrists, man. We don't need that.
No therapist either.
Yeah. We don't need none of that.
No Diddy story in the background either. You know?
It says, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. That's crazy. We're not even gonna remember most of this stuff, man.
You gotta understand, man. Look at it's been trillions of years in the kingdom.
Right.
Like, literally,
Come.
trillions of years in the kingdom, man.
No
Faded
end.
memory.
It's not.
Like,
It's
who
gonna
was
be endless.
Esau? What was that? What was that? They had that skin that was like.
You gonna
what
tell
was
your
that?
kids? You
What
gonna be
was
telling your kids the story?
Yeah.
And you can't. And you gotta see the work that we gotta do on this side. Romans 18 is not even compared to the glory we're gonna get in the kingdom. This is very small compared to the kingdom, bro. You know?
You try to describe this world 1,000 years from now, 2-3 million years from now, to it's like that. Or during that time, they gonna look you crazy, man.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Right.
You're under who?
Look
Living
at
a
Ezra trying to
trillion
talk about the
years, that is
arrows. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
You had them talking
Why?
about arrows and being shot through the sky, man.
Trillions of years? No. That's great, yo. I can't even fathom a trillion years, bro.
Can't even
Quick math.
Yeah, you can't.
A trillion years. How many is that a day to the Lord? How many days?
Man, wow.
About 3 years. All right. Verse number 18, it says, but be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying.
That didn't happen.
Come on.
Because we're not in our land.
Right.
When the Lord brings us back to our land, then we'll be in peace.
That's right.
Forever.
So they're not going to hell. That means the people are actually going to be rejoice.
Right.
Again,
All.
no more
Again.
weeping.
Right. And you gotta think, it's not gonna be war in our high mountain. And they got bombs landing over there, and they call it the state of Israel. Scriptures is called the kingdom of Israel.
Yeah.
You know?
It says, verse 20,
Damn,
there
man,
shall
that
be
sounds
no
amazing.
more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed.
But that's talking about Esau, that's sinner.
Yeah.
But if it, when it talks about child, who's died 100 years, it really is parabolic talk for 100. Then you gotta live forever.
Yeah.
That is parabolic, not
Right.
literally saying, oh, a child
Right.
that died 100. No,
Because you're not a child at 100 years old.
right.
Right.
No, it is parabolic.
Yeah.
We gotta live forever. In
Right.
fact, I gotta say it later on.
It says, and they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and shall eat the fruit of them. Right? Not according to Deuteronomy 28, right? Where you shall build and another man shall dwell in.
Yeah.
No, you shall plant a vineyard and another man shall,
Right.
you
So
know.
when you flip it,
Everything we build,
Esau,
Right.
Esau gonna be building it.
Yeah.
And
It
we gonna
says-
be sleeping in what they built, bitch.
It says, they shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and my elect shall
hold on.
long enjoy the work of their hands.
When you cut a tree open, and you look at the circle rings, sometimes you can count how long.
Go to in California, they got the redwoods. These things,
Trees? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Talk about that big
Huge,
tall,
big
yeah.
as hell. No,
they're
bro,
like
wide.
some of the oldest.
The
and
wide, biggest
you could
trees
drive.
ever, yeah.
You could drive they got one where you could drive
Yeah.
a car through it, and they cut the rings. And hell, I don't even. Who's gonna sit there and count? You know what I'm saying? But
That's a
that thing,
lot.
that's how old these trees are, man.
Right.
You know?
Huh?
Yeah.
These things are thousands, hundreds of thousands of years old.
Yeah.
They literally got hundreds, maybe thousands of years old. That's how old these trees
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
You know?
Huge. You know?
Uh-huh.
And that's why I said like a tree, because ultimately, who knows how long
Right.
a tree could live? Because the tree could, unless it has different stuff like some type of disease, it could live forever. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Like, who can't tell? Because no one
Yeah.
lived long enough to tell.
To tell, right? Exactly.
Well,
It says, verse 23. It says, "They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, For they are the seed of the blessed of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear.
Damn.
That's a deep one right there.
Damn.
That's
You
like,
gonna hear it too.
now before that,
Telepath.
we're talking about the offspring. They shows right there that we're gonna have kids in the kingdom of heaven. A lot of kids.
Yeah.
No, because only at the end of the day, hey, we gonna, hey, that's gotta be restarting the king, restarting the nation of Israel right there.
Right.
We get brought back to our land.
And this also shows, too, because we just talked about regeneration. So guess what? Those who died are going to be brought back, right? They're going to be brought back in the kingdom in their right mind under the seed of the elect, man. All right? So that just shows you that they're not going to, that there's nothing new under the sun. So those 2/3 who were wicked and doing all that, guess what? They're going to be born through the McNuggets of the elect, and they're going to be good in their order, man.
What do you think we gonna have women in the kingdom for? Just to look good, just be there? They made to bear children, man. Right? And to be fruitful. It's not one woman. One woman, we gonna be. You gotta wait for her to pop out the child. She gonna be unclean for a moment. Nah, man, we gonna be. I want you to pop boogie. Keep it moving. You gonna be planting seeds. You know how many seeds is in the apple? You can plant all them seeds in one day. Think about it. Oranges. Each you cut them in like what 4 pieces. Some of them damn near got 3 seeds in it. Guess what? How many seeds is that in one orange?
You're gonna need that. If 2/3 are gonna go, right, you're gonna have multiple places to put the seeds in to bring those back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm bringing my babies back.
Being fruitful and multiplying. That's babies and moving.
Yo, and if we talking about the kingdom, you got to think we're not gonna have to deal with the baby mama drama, you know, child support. So you should want to benefit from going in the kingdom and planting your seeds and not having to deal with that, man. Being able to enjoy having your kids, being able to spend time with them. But you think this is the end all? We went through all of this, having child support problems, and then get in the kingdom and you can't plant no seeds. Man, y'all really don't want the kingdom, man. I want all of it that comes with it plus more. Wait, Matthew, what is it, 19? Those that have forsaken houses, wives, and children, they're going to get 100-fold. And when you go look at the 100-fold, it means that they're going to get 100 times more what they had. Children, women, mother, father, right, elders. Man, what?
What lifetime?
Message. Oh, message. That was a message, bro.
God.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Make that up.
Lord is on time. Every
And we
time.
get kicks off because the Lord does stuff.
No,
man.
but with the verse, you say, what he say? He said he hear you before you even say it.
Yeah. Hold on, we read it again. Verse 24, it says, and it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer. And while they are yet speaking, I will hear.
Come on. Hey, yo, and the reason why we could look at that in spirit that the Lord, that had to happen, that was the Lord, is because we believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that he works in all things.
Verse 25, it says, the wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and the dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith Yahweh by Shem Yahushai.
So even the animals gonna be at peace.
Yeah.
So hey, ain't gonna be a
each other
glorious,
no more.
Yeah.
it's gonna be a glorious day, man.
Yeah.
No, shit, the whole world gonna be in mirth and joy.
The whole earth.
Yeah.
No, literally, the whole world gonna be enjoying, man. After 1,000 years of whooping these seeds and asses, no, they're gonna be happy too.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna be living on Esau where they had to worry about bills, had to worry about hey, get water without paying for it.
Right.
And then you go,
Getting their oil stove and all this other shit.
Right.
no,
Right.
you can't even get good food anymore.
Yeah.
Hey, they gotta be good, man.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, they gotta be happy too.
It's
Right.
gonna be so good that the animals will eat what? What did it say?
Straw.
They're gonna eat straw.
The lion ain't gonna look at the zebra like, it's food time.
Yeah.
They're gonna be
Right, and they even scientists said that, you know, the lions, they hate straw and all that other stuff.
you not know.
Yeah, but now, but when the kingdom comes, and we gonna be like Adam, we gonna be like small Dr. Doolittles, man.
Yeah.
Talking to the animals.
Yeah.
Where you gonna tell what B to go watch what Esau doing over the hill, man.
Hey,
Might do that during Jacob's trouble.
that dominion, yeah, absolutely. That dominion that the scripture spoke about in Genesis 1 and 26. The Lord gives that dominion over the animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's going back into real power. Esau he got dominion, but he don't got real power. He enslaving the animals.
Right.
Right? When we rule, the animals gonna be at peace, man. We gonna be able to walk up to a lion. Your kid gonna be able to sit on a tiger, man, and not be afraid. That's gonna be real rulership.
Yeah.
Right? The trees gonna blossom way better. You know? Man, everything is gonna blossom. All water is gonna look real clean.
That tree ain't gonna be doing what it's doing over there.
Yeah,
That's
tree gonna
just standing there,
I'm
dead.
standing right in the middle.
Yeah.
How you near water and dead?
Yeah.
That's like Jake, you live right next to what the brothers is teaching and you ain't received nothing.
Yeah, that's
Just
symbolic
a
for
dead
that.
tree.
Yeah, just walking by.
What did he say? He said he seen many trees.
Yeah.
Just dead near water. What's water? That wisdom, knowledge, understanding. The Rakak Wadash. He was living right near water and just dead.
That's what y'all try to get to the olive tree.
Yeah.
That fig tree.
Yeah, withered it all.
Yeah.
You ain't putting a brain of fruit.
That's what you 2/3 is. You damn withered tree.
That's what you
It's sad that you gotta talk about your own tribes, man. Like, yo,
Right.
it's okay. It is what it is.
But hey, the prophets of old was saying what the Pharisees did, what the false prophets did. We just going in their footsteps. And the Lord using a lot of you men just to be videos, example of what not to do. Right? But you got it, King.
If anyone got anything else? If not, then we got to face the east. We'll give all praises. I'm going to go to the teaching.
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Rakak Wadash.
I'm going to go ahead and double ourselves the apostle, a great millstone, who teach and rule well. And the Bible ball.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.